different targets, different years, different subjects, just one method. Repeatedly lie. Vilify people. This is not carelessness.
Yatras ye yama obi ha akwa ba mu rampim asiedu edomne anintia ene ahwe magye bra mo hwe ebro no awodo nyina so mantem edunsia no mu empeso awodo nyina mu no ene mansini awodo nyina mu no de aka nyina ne se ahwe yi ye mamu nyina aha na yenimpa se bibi boni bia ensi e ba bia wo no lesan se ye nti atenka boni bia ye ene eye fiada August Bosman there tosso your thought with us. Copy and share the link between the Osikani Frimpong Manso. And now kwa if yadano and come out do I di nyina no free juada babesi eye enraya wodano. If yadaro ya tenasia the dos ansem no su kona fei yama uhunu ye a recap of a year a juma free juada besi eye ya wodano yetimi ye na adam kwakufu ado Dr. Like Mahmoud Bamia enuma hodo a ye yidi kire wo ye di ho nkomo ye ma ho update no ye kan nyina bo mu fiada awia na ye yidi a kire wo na wo mo ma nya akwanya ehunu de ye na wo twini nyina mu no wo ma timi anya sa akwanya no na wo mo ahunu na a refresh wo minds na wo mo eduru fam wo no o mo di o mo nkomo a wo ma timi ede eye nkomo a ye di wo fia se no nso aka wo mo nkomo twetwe no ho. And now, catch you say, we are party near Shasia. What do you need data and information? No, me say, info ya the Emma Wahana no, a well verified, authentic, a info and a data ya the Emma. It's no pay keep free ha. Now the account come on dear home, it's who from home, from wa. Bono our tesua, a day ya, when any papa come here, and sa one to aba. Odaruma Shasia na onu ni nkomo emfa eye aredan kwakufuado Dr. Like Mahmoud Bamia MPP aban no emode no boni nyuma pa tumi e de ma wo mo no wo etimi e de ye ne ye resa enton kozi se Dr. Like Mahmoud Bamia betie si fomo no na fomo ho aye mre kakra enso etimi e de amana na de obetimi e no nso no wonso aye de aba betoa so bo say 2028 no tumi no ebeba pa mo ni say yes Dr. Like Mahmoud Bamia MPP win decisively. And you know that is it. Yeah, recap. Now, ya be hwe de a Juadano. Ita Juadano ye President John Dramani Mahama. Some of his key flagship programs are and waboka edu omansika remu alantia. Ye hunu effect of these programs no. Ebrada ye ba be hwe Gold board, Sami Jemfi, $1.7 billion a year loss as the CEO of Gold board. And I near you bet to me and I near and kai bet me this $1.7 billion, you know. And so at me aye, ye di hon komo a year brada. Wukwada no ye a year Dr. Like Mahmoud Bamia, one of his brainchild a year the Premise fuel automation centers and automation stations are and they buy a baba so a year sa premise fuel who ends some noa and ye maybe a person chrono na amount for horde or amount for area na Musikano elkodi nipa bi ebotomu no ye di ho enkomo ehwe near Dr. Like Mahmoud Bamia as a vice president etimi ede ba ye ba ne be so sa wo haw no a na wo hono ano and na first day yet the ra the agenda 111 of the project President John Mahama na NDC aban ba ye no wamo enanwe ho se wamo ekwa akowie anampo no ne abanda da wie ye no wamo kwa akoye no operationalize na amanfo so anyemu adwuma ayo etino we no nkomo a free juada be pem nrada ya woda no yetimi edi ya ye America po ni nyina enso etimi ede amount in between time no ochemaba ASN chobeba woye Pimsign Company Limited for regional PR wobeba na yedi nkomo kakra ade afa enura hodo a Dr. James Amua etimi ede aba edwama asoro eno dan chen a Buadi Augustine Mela bam BM ewe wobeba fia na yene na di nkomo or contest here for a year the Western Regional Youth Organizer position. But delegate is sending me soon into Oman Mpuntuo Banamano. Obeba na memi hunu bi da. Ofrem so opeso obano. Na mbizan so anka omo ma rudi nkunimu na eba. Abeda ase na wo ani nkunimu enti adenti na apeso obano so. Ne delegate ye ma no nani aso. Even though we ani nkunimu de na so no opeso oba na obeda delegate na ase. E makakra na onya aye no. Wamo toma na no Oman Mpuntuo ama no obeda o mase. Se na ebe yo a relationship no ebe strong na the next one no wo twini a wo ma hunu so abrantie yi ene wo kaya ade wo ya ade ma no a ene na ni so enti no wa ba ebe hunu de ebe ya de afa no na fe ya hwe the way forward ene after the elections no what is next for a year BAM Bwedi or Justin Menla enti na awie wo beba na yene no adi eye enkomo. In the next 10 minutes, Ochiremaba ASN Chill Atenase Agayura Pimsign Company Limited for Regional PRO. PRO won this card, you move that. Yeah, PRO is but or the and do the that oh yeah who may be the oh the one the 101.3 maybe I will go who may be new who may be who may be I said not take him somewhere friends of frail now some name as to pick a call there because I don't know the line is busy oh my god your friend when you are say and never friend so anyway Dr. James someone what to say oh what's no yes Nyame ase pa na enuro no nso no adwama nso no ekosen oh osi me da se mama ntie otiefo no ahefo right na medi nkomo ne de na nso abranche no bo ni di no Buadi August Menla that's right me bu ne pa okay mo ani die kase pa ma no because na no ba ye no say friend no street commander that's right na okoye no nso no apempem so bia ekoye na so anko anwie se ne no ope no so bedi nkonim so ne ba jatu so besa be fidie so abeda ase na wa kire se state adwuma na be ye de aboa party na that's right na se fata such a person and next time no o contest here yen hwe ne nto abamfama no e de metumi aka no right na Dr. James Amua say de oni be bia no etu bibiduro bia no be bia etu abrofo duro bia no enne oko bia so ye de no kra no sia na obi ba beto bi o e say adansia namu eba no sani nkrofo to semens vata eba me chane ne capsules eni nduro ahodo aka Pemsa Company Limited ye de aba no osi adansidie ni ntimi kase se enkwa na meboa ekopa nkrofo eno modi tom yade wase okay yamfa dog numbers ni ntodwa ba bi obi penro ni bi ato a obenya bi ato na fei ene enkomo a eso a odi abesifie ha no yemie buwa no yensa ne buwa no na ahwefo nso hunu de odi nam ena wiei oni ameda ase na Dr. James Amua was friend na o friend no so a na eya akwankyera na wode ma wo efa no eduro no wakwa akoto no ehun eno echi owo eniye bebrebe enfaso bebrebe fanti beka de enzenoa bebrebe eno so ka eduro no wakwa akoto no ho a wode ema wo esa nenim de wo apomden mu nti ba bia etu abrofo duro bia ebibiduro bia no okwa a wo se ope eye Pemsa Company Limited yenduro no ebi number ofra yen ye no obedi nkomo direct enye obi ene de man so no ngasa direct conversation no eye 0244 718 557 0244 718 557 afa 0241 604 702 0241 604 702 me da say right was near Friday me boa na watchuna na yakona wie ya that's right e ba no na watwe wie ye no a ya na mpese mbere ma no mu na no mutumi e de anigye ene odaw bi e de ko na watwe wie ye nim na masa the same edaw no asa de abada the following week no the time make us say weekends no ya ye adwuma the money na from Monday to Friday ya bre sometimes o se mu bi okra no a ne e betie de e be ye adwuma na e be ko be na ya bre ebu akra sabe no yire pa na tians na otwiri mu kra no o yire sabe wonya kwanya na nko beba ho na nso ase bre no ntino untumi
enko yere nkra ho anya bone because enwuma yemu no obi an na edwuma wo ye ebi de na bre wo mu nti no aya na me kanfo weekend no ema mbere mapa because weekend no ye edwuma ni na awie ye kwa akogye ahome Saturday and Sunday me so yo bere ma na wo tie mo hwe me ene awie yi a momodi asem awie mfiri se wo ko weekend no wo beto Semens Vital Herbal Mixture and the capsules agan edu na friend agan no bomadi aso beto bi na fa kofi na de be ne se ento capsules na me no pe na wo nkonom okwa to bi so ma wo yire o girlfriend no oba na wo ne tie no to bi so koma no esa se eye ebusuan chemfa oba no barema nom na Semens Vital ba me and the capsules agan no na nwuma edi a me kan fo de ma barema no na wotwe awie yemu ne se wo yo barema enkonkolusi match bia embre yo bia be bia no weekend no yakwa dadu ya home nti no obesa so aba bag to sania oho odi ni sitie obesi udada mu nanso no also utumi aye adwuma no na adwuma no eso eni e won paso na me kan de ono tie bebu no etiase de otekasa kwan so etiase barema enkonkolusi match wachina Saturday na de tia Sunday Monday obefra ka chaps achama me we free man to Semens Vital ba misha ene ne capsules agani bi anko ene nti match bi em ko lusu ye no fimfram eba ne sa no unia medwa la bruta because endai edura FD of aja to me say eye entimu adwuma na bia entimu na entinu nso bia ene say ye banema no enti na femu na enti na wo mso moja na femu eno nti ebe bia mu na enti moja na tuedi afrusa ne ye na banema na tume jan na so ya bo adwuma no me say to bi na fa kona konom anopa be famienu enumre na wa famienu anopa be famienu enumre na wa famienu de enti ase Dr. James Amua friend no de wa chire no de ofre Dr. James Amua wo de be kan ho mo a mo pesa mo no meduro no tuwa bi mu na mutumi ne obada utumi bo adwuma no ko na nimu pa no me so ofre Dr. James Amua wa bra wato Semens Vital ba mixture and the capsules agan na wo de ko weekend no me say mo wi mfiri say obeto bi nso ade ama oba na wona ne tie no because book shia me na ma agro no eye de na dia wade eduro papa nso eye agan to barema wo low sperm count nso eduro pa eno no barema wo dia no eye sexual weakness wo eduro papa no barema infections etete wo bi ni se me no ka se barema bu an boxer shorts sanka me no ka se ye wo kwa kodware wo kwa na hu na asai o barema mu ni nsa so barema bi bu ni nsa ma ne ye koko se ne tua ne tunie sabe ensuo bi fini ba mamu eba ensuo enka bi wo mu kan won hwa no mpa no aduro ennom na entu mfre ne so eya ne forta osi wano no nduro ni bia fine na so nduro ni na no anje no mesraw Semens Vital ba me channel capsules agan no de enya aduro no obi ka se maso ahwe anje me da bi se infections nko nkomo aye die na won so infections na ha wo a Semens Vital ba mixture and then capsules agan ebe clear infections bia no a e wo system ni mu no de bia me try video so me ka kire wo say abo e friend harmful pathogen and I say infections no bacteria no and fungi no and viruses no and wo akeka no parasite ahodo no wo de omo ye ne say so mo be ni pedua ni mu na so wo se ni pedua kwa we de won na adwen say wo betumi afiri mu a na wa ye championata afi wo friend girlfriend wo se wo mbra wo friend ni wo se wo mbra the boyfriend wo se wo mbra ni nua bere mo so ombra no afa ne mama ne papa na afa mu na aba system nim aba be show system nim de won sa afa ho abes o ti so sisi wo ya severe waist pain infections inside any na o sa afa wo apa obema na nka o ma otumi peja na afa obema na eja peja kra na ka bere ma de ache so anam yen sai kono nan ache so an nonum aso bere ma na tumi epeja jane so eja so kakra che so sorry ko don so ade ya ache se o pesa o ma oba ni sorry kopra so a na wa yen fast intentem e ma no nsiambo na o ma no sorry kopra da enei obema ma na nsan peja ni mu biem enkan ni hu biem nti won te ho ase che o say there's poor blood circulation she say moja ni ntumi endia frusa ni ye na ntumi mpompe nko berema no enti na lead to berema no mu no moja ni ntumi enko eno ntia na say wo ben say we experience sa de no me say wa na berema no adwojo se na na ntumi sori gina so eche kakra no ntumi nya sa biom me say Semens Vital ba mixture eno ne capsules agan onu bi e bebo pa eduro we maka say Food and Drugs Authority FDA wamaji atumu say a waste pain product ampa yeso eji tumu because the herbal researcher your friend Dr. James Amua no de oye ne say wo ye duro no say se baby a ye bia wapo no wapo so ye bia no because there be infections na cause sa ento ye duro ni se usisi nkoa dia na se emu ye mu hihyew emu tutu pa dia na semens vital ba mixture ene ne capsules me ya de pa ene ne maboso a kire wo no na so me sia semens vital ba mixture ene ne capsules no sisi ya de waist pain chronic away me ni ni asem bia to kwanta ya pai mama de no so ko pe bi nanom na semens vital ba mixture ene ne capsules agane e kan wo asem no se wonum bia ene se ka ofide bia so a obeka se ya tiabre de bia sa amano ode eno mano sa na obeka no because unum bi ene bi mu anu num nduro bi ma enei ede wa ha bi di abre wo mo anase wanu meduro bi wanya so mfaso se na wo hwehwe no enti wate so chema beka sei me hu kura ye na hi me sew ma me hu ye we hi na de bia me ka se abo aponche wo wifu ye kura hwehwia na hunu de ye papa de ye poisonous amwa we poison e wo mu no na wa we papa no e wo mu no it is semens vital ba mixture and the capsules are ensured abo back to sender ensured to me nko je won so no ba ma ni hye ya no agya brother wa pe baby no ordin ta fa na o na asabi obana ba na hemu na nsuni na abese monten so nsuni ntumi enko osi akwan bi wo ho infections ekoso sa de ne pa 0244 718 557 0244 718 557 and 0241 604 702 Dr. James Amon number nie na America ma kire se agan adaroma e ba ye matwa no mode asem ho yade enti and am so am ye ndrom yensan so aka ho ye bo agan precursor garlic mixture immune booster duro papa immune booster duro de kase duro ye immune booster na kire se wono no akwa se zoom lion ro prepare kire wono ebo wo nipa kwa no ho ban onipa dua no wo boni na ho ban intino sa malaria na pese ba wo system no mu a wo man akwanya bi asa se bibiti se infections na pese ba wo system no mu a wo man kwan ebi ye fever wo man kwan inyado bi ti se no de wo ba no kwan kra esan se we immune system no very strong na do was so no mu esiesie e ma body ne tron sabi so the best 65 years kwa 70 who say still body no fresh because they were anti-aging component, antioxidant component, antibacterial component ni bebrebe and I want agan precursor garlic mixture nim bomade na kodwa so kope bi nanom na ambo papa yan yeduro no ba ko a Pemsa Company Limited agan malamix ofa ha malamix obia di obo de obia ye but me ka say the phytochemicals no do so wo mu pa no plant nutrients no do so wo mu pa no na ya mfa asomu duro bia mfa nka ho natural plant extract ana ya twe no agan malamix malaria duro ebuna duro wonu mato wotumi nidi wapa no apaso ya wonu subiru ni ade na agan malamix na no kra mu no wonya agan herbal tonic ni bi moje duro papa a wonu me no so no esiesie wo no watumi adidie ahye oyoba postpartum psychosis awachin sansam oberema tito samoa tan o ye wefu sabe ado ho oto afan kete obodi na some star bi ni ade a awachin sunsanso ebitumi ba ne saa ase we deform me ba che unya agan heba tonic no a ebetumi abo pa na so tumi atese wudademu eba ne saa no ba ma ne ba betin meku a na waka che se twen kakra na menno me agan heba tonic ni enwie because ebra me yet tan no na wo berema no onkasa me ho ende ya manom agan heba tonic ma me ho ayefe no o ba betu meku twen next 2 years na ba betu meku eba ne saa na berema no na ahye de bebe ne den ye befa ne saa Dr. James Amon no number me di twatwo na ma musno osi ato ne dwumadi so no 0244 718 557 and 0241 604 702 Dr. James Amwoda Pemsa Company Limited ano no number ni ebusia me do be see osi me da se
yan so ya da se ebusia hrobre no some 36 minutes gone past the hour 3 yan tinsi enkomo mu prekope eda juada ya sha enkomo bi ase na se yeduru ase na ye kai wo a na de wo mu nyina no eniem President John Dramani Mahama ebo apro no abeye mampani no wotintim nsem bi egu eye book mu a broni friend manifesto. The manifesto no a social contract between the John Mahama government and the good people of Ghana. And Timuntu Abama mena mutu abama mena mbe mampeni ya. Tumi ya modi ama me no me gyina sa tumi no so. Edi ayewei, edi ayewei, edi ayewei, edi ayewei. Enti what bobo policies ahodo no a. Sa tumi no ade ma no no, ana tumi no ade be ma no no. Wobetimi ede aye na aboa yen timemufo no. President John Dramani Mahama waba abetena konwa ne so. 1 year 7 months down the line, the key and major flagship programs were launched, and most of these programs were launched in April 2025. Enti emprempre 1 year ababe seneko abosome kakra nso ababe guso. Yakra the number and the amount of money sir, and this abane spend here in launching these programs ababe bobosui. And after 1 year after the launch of these programs, what has been the impact, what has been the effect on the Ghanaian taxpayer? And my analysis am here no ema uhunu say 24-hour economy policy, say nkukwan keten, say feed Ghana, say Mahama cares, say dear ben no based on your researcher ya yeno atrepefe say is either say abino atu sa sika na tuagu kwa emfaso bia emfirimu emaye. To be honest with you, you can say one of President John Dramani Mahama and this year by way, one of the useless policies are abino at this catchity eremu yes and free sanitary pad programmer YM. And he has spent a little over 297 million Ghana cedis. Yare crass sanitary pads. Ade from Ronia Baba Gu Ghana ha. Na ya chadi ama school nkwada maiwano. Esan say abayiwa bu ho breso se o menstruatia. Na wofu on this come the top pad ama ntino won ko school. Alone narrative and this for Gina so set one of the free sanitary pad eba. Abusia 2025 almost 300 million Ghana cedis a cut. 2026 almost 300 million Ghana cedis cut. They say they are cut top pad. But about time I will follow the dance say free time where President Mahama launches free sanitary pad program I want crying. Ebepem eneya ye ka say e abosome no do say awofo no dia dance say bosome bia no mo expect say kan kwada no ema no ade sanitary pad be free school mu aba me aka say we President John Mahama free sanitary pad no awofo no say ebuo mi na sanitary pad bia ni ho a eba ba bia na de man komo no mo ayewra me say and tell you Biana, education minister, ever can say sanitary pad abano ko krade ba yeso obeche dia ma school kwadaro. Enya papa, inferior. Free sa time obe boss amane no bepem ne. Wamo se wamo ye investigations ye ntene ho hwe ye. Yaro adaruma, shall see with the various President John Mahama the programs the key flagship programs fatu to suna yamu bosu toni yanko me da say. And the John Mahama's key flagship programs and cost to the taxpayer. The almighty 24-hour economy was launched on 2nd July 2025. Yara Gusitandwa wada authority nano essay. For money $4 billion in order to run a successful 24-hour economy program. Now 24-hour economy no ne objective krani idea. And a shift-based economic strategy designed to incentivize manufacturing, agro-processing, and retail sectors with tax rebates and stable utilities to scale up national output and create jobs. And 24-hour economy, no, but I had 1 year down the line, I launches our policy way. The authority into me fan in sense in the bone case Ghana for the door say and a policy no a bit of relief abrewo authority into me fan in sense in the bone case local businesses, local companies are when do 1 year and I join the 24-hour economy policy you know ya more tax rebates e bi ni ho enti ya gina we so e ka say 24-hour economy policy a President John Mahama launch on 2nd July 2025 you know effect you know a zero fa no call the next year policy you got the next policy me that say enti free primary health care launch on 15th April 2026 Ajuma Monday ye recap. Abai at the 1.5 billion Ghana cedis in a remu or launch ya 2026 no or 1.5 billion Ghana cedis in a remu. Now the core mandate of this particular program the to provide basic annual health screenings and grassroots community care via health posts and CHIPS compounds, complementing the National Health Insurance Scheme to push toward universal health coverage. And the Abine say free primary health care and the Bababwa, then they are say apomudin aben amount for no babobuano. In order to achieve this, you know, you can say a whole lot of CHIPS compound must be constructed. And to every year now quite Takoradi there should be a CHIPS compound. There should be a CHIPS compound. There should be a CHIPS compound. And you know, community Biano should get a CHIPS compound. Last year, Obakaya Kwachu for Super Share Ghana for boss President John Mahama say Afibia no 2028, you know. Obama Ghana for 600 CHIPS compound every year. And the 2025 December berry and your baby son said Adaroma, where are the 600 CHIPS compound through a year government a year communicator no President Mahama Bosha was say, you know, where are those CHIPS compounds? I feel so August Busumini berry yanesa. And then December beba 2 years. And you know, a by way at the Yanka 1,200 CHIPS compounds. And the free primary health care no say a by no etimisisi CHIPS compounds bebrea. A bema a year ayaresa ane ayareshe. Aben a man for ewo empatemu ahudwo ni nyinemu. That is not the case. CHIPS compound bakum ponni wa abawe etimi yesi. Oriad was say free primary health care no eba complement to the National Health Insurance Scheme. Abusia health insurance scheme no and na ye ka say under President John Mahama. I say cash and carry system ni asanso di aba. Etu penne o ya de acquire the sabia na tam o health insurance card eko. Maza, I'm telling you, ubetua cash and carry adwuma. As we say, you the free primary health care bar. You're spending about 1.5 billion Ghana cedis. I feel kwa. As we hunu hweye. Abusia. Amanfo a womo yare a womo wo the various communities. Nipa ba ku pompom ma bontin be dia dance ye say President Mahama free primary health care or lunch you know me kwaya de sabia na menya eso emfaso Enti sa universal health coverage a wo kan wa hyabu aye ade na se wo no abusua entimi nya adwuma ye. How many months here? April near lunch here, May, June, July, August, 4 months here. Enti ya kase President Mahama free primary health care no. The effect is zero. Yedika. Famiko the next policy. 1 million coders. It was launched on 16th April 2025. You know, 1 year, 4 months. Emuni away. Nampacho, my misa. 2025 last year, by Emma 100 million Ghana cedis. Say I'm fan 1 million coders program. I think so 100 million echo. It is so far 200 million Ghana cedis have been spent in training 2 million coders. The 1 million coders program is designed to build digital competencies among Ghanaian youth and position the country as a competitive player in the digital age. Yebisa, last year, wamo enya kwenya ekwaje entitiyero safuo no wamo ewe henfa. What has been the outcome with regards to Mabunua? Wamo joining 1 million coders no. And indeed, have they been trained? Trained across one now because Mekaida wamo lanchero Minister Sam George Abakachre said, oh, the participation is overwhelming. Now within 20 minutes I will be a portal and the admission na woman nyano a brajene ntiase so. In the first time no abepim ne one more call a first badge for no abiding to graduate you amoye. Really? And the abino asinki a year 200 million Ghana cedis free 2025 2026 at the 1 million coders program no mu effect here the zero. Yankwa the next policy. A Jumara program. It was launched on 28th April 2025. Abushia, 110 million Ghana cedis was disbursed in 2025. I feel so. Another 110 million cedis have been disbursed. Now, or say a Jumara program is going to support youth, is going to support the Ghanaian youth entrepreneur aged between 18 and 40 by providing business training, mentorship, and startup grant disbursement. How many of these youth are between 18 and 40 and are benefited from the Ejumera program where Abino are spending over 220 million Ghana cedis on it? Have there been a business training? Have there been a mentorship program? And after the mentorship program, no, yadi almost 220 million Ghana cedis. 2025 and 2026 abusuya a zero. Next program. Yaruma Honyaha. Ghana Medical Trust Fund Mahama Cares. It was launched on 29th April 2025. A whopping 2.9 billion Ghana cedis has been sunk into this particular program. And the 2025 no 2.9 billion. 2026 and so. And Ebiana 2.9 billion kron one yasansu di awuram. And 3 billion mpoa. What has been the impact of the Mahama Cares program? Adwada no bichiremu. Ntinani ya nchirem bebre. Famiko the next policy. Ghana Medical Care Trust Fund Mahama Care. So we are candidate 2.9 billion. Right? It is managed or is being managed by the Ministry of Wope nkuko ni biya kwa konye wo mo a esi omo nkuko ba 50 na ba nkuko aduane kuko buo ye de bi aka ho na fei ya momo eye starter packs a eba ba bua wo mo se na ebe yankokɔ ne enkowu ezo video sa ba nyina no ene ye ya tan akokɔ ba ko de hya won sa ne aye oba ba ekɔ utie yi ane ama akokɔ miensa instead of the 50 chicks na ya tintim won krata mu se ese nipa ba ko bia no a o qualify no ne nsaka etene Eriko Poku a Greek minister ese wamu yade nkukɔ ne ma wamu NDC branch executives da yade nkukɔ ne ma wamu no wamu ekum nkukɔ na hwe aye ho video e de asende minister no all can one fere they are serious as a country akwate aya public account committee e kasa asem no sada no he would be interdicted okɔ anu akɔkyerɛ nsɛm de akyerɛ mpanimfoɔ no abusia tabeko the next one. A big push, the almighty big push into the 10 billion Ghana cedis. And yeah, Mike say they be yes a big push policy no. In 2025 alone, no, a buying allocated 13.8 billion Ghana cedis. 2026 a fee a whopping 30.8 billion Ghana cedis. It was launched in 2025. Now Yebisa said, after spending a year almost 44 billion Ghana cedis on a year, the big push program, no? How many kilometers of road network? And I say 44 billion Ghana cedis, you know, etimi are constructed. I don't know that and Kranu Kumasi say express way was 1 year. President Mahama so kwa ye. Yes, yeah, clear a mura cry free, yeah, a kwan who cry no. Sika any a car or man a boy, you know, na a bibi quickly, and omidimrika. I will tell them so, and yes, and dear Ben, as you yate. And you can clearly see, sir, if you are connecting the daughter, programs that have been launched, they have been launched. But what has been the impact after spending this huge amount of money? Impact in the way. That is what we are asking. What has been the impact of these programs after Sabino are spending these huge sums of money to launch these programs? The impact is zero, and that is the truth, and you know it. And Penifono launch program no, and Penifono the various departments, and I don't know what many pass say. Some policies where I are launching no impact no is zero. Abusia, internet. IMF report by youth unemployment rate a peja kosoro. And there's 30%. A mebunu pe. A mebunu pe 30%. And so no, a bandia bar was spending this huge amount of money, sir. What they bought the bua mebunu not one more money jumaya and ba. But after spending this huge amount of money, and that is what we are asking. We need answers to these questions. Et when koma e din juada no afayen ko brada Tuesday yakasafa gold board sami jemfi nyansa kwan a wo fa so ode abo man ne ka no yakasafa ho, and clearly ya trewa dia sa 1.7 billion dollars a sami jemfi atena asiama na be ye ka e chichire wo man ne kon mu no e betimi aye wo Ghana ha daro fa de dikan to so mame. May I say, and what the gold board $1.7 billion or 22 billion Ghana cedis loss could have done for the country? Abusia, and Rana may agenda 111 hospital project. A ban way by or say Niaka Muramuno will Nisika or Twaso. Meanwhile, was your boy in opposition. Someone to Abamana me bar. Me babes vie agenda 111 hospitals ni na metimi afa nurse fu adwuma mu ento wie ye nursing training college no ano na wadwuma ekura won nsemo President Mahama ene kan ye enra me boni tape no wa ya tenasi ama Sami Jemfi abɔ wɔ man Ghana ka $1.7 billion enye sika ketwa ebetimi asesa nneɛma wɔ man mu asɛi ye gyina health sector hɔ nko ano a saa $1.7 billion no we ne betimi aye agenda 111 hospital project no district hospitals nko ano ɛyɛ 104 hospital baako bia no ye wia ebe kreti adwuma 579 it will multiply 579 by 104 ebe fa nipa 60,216 only the district hospitals pay a nurse for no 60,216 and as ye wie 104 district hospitals no a ebetimi afọ adwuma and na ye ka say a nurse for awie there are backlogs omotifie one can see ombenya financial clearance aban health facilities no emu ayemba until say aban ne be gina hwe kan na washas yes won ko wie sa hospitals no we are nurse ni a obekoso atena fie. This is what the health minister and the government is refusing to tell you, and we will tell you the truth. 104 district hospitals no kwano abai we timi wia ebetimi akreti enuma ebefa nurse for 60,216. Regional hospitals no ya 7. Regional hospital baako bia no ya expect say ebefa enipa 1,343 into employment ebe kreti no 1,343. Regional hospital baako bia se yetimi wia regional hospitals near 70 no multiply 1,343 by 7 ebema 9,401. Psychiatric hospitals near 3 ye wie baako bia no a employment ebe kreti 947 multiplied by 3 ubenya 2,841. Afei ya kan nyina bomu a agenda 111 111 hospitals no ejuma ebe kreti 72,458 jobs. Abai we so hunu so mfasro ntino enkanguram enra videos amanfo send by no ebu a hwa na awra ho say onti oman Ghana pa no ede pa na hampanifo no oman Ghana pa no a ye de ahye NDC fo nsa no ede ne ha wo madwene ah ye tena wa ma hospitals na kanguram na de na na do wie your commission yampo no miensa bokro de esiwei tredede e na afi oforu krom de no enne uduru ho a chese ayam hyehyɛ awerɛho sɛ yɛtena sia yɛnhwɛ han ama such a facility asɛe abushia entino Sami Jemfi 22 billion Ghana cedi lost no ebetimi awie agenda 111 hospitals ni nyina net kreti 72,458 adwuma enso yɛse Sami Jemfi ntino yɛ nyina yɛnkia no ntumu yɛbɛkasa gold board ne nya Sami Jemfi edia gold board ne nya president John Mahama dia gold board na esi woni Ghana fo nyina dia entino sa akonya no a wanya wo de hweso amaye no nkyere se sabi aburu wote wana odi nkwase asem a me yenka yebeka because wote opposition no ne awoyi aye no echen na ka wo pode ye omugide se wo de accountability be ye adwuma. Because now Guamanfo so adano ada governor of Bank of Ghana wasi waboka Bank of Ghana aboka ufre chase me hunu menim words are ebe palatable for a year wa wo hwe Sami Jemfi use here on the former president and the former governor of the Bank of Ghana. You call them names now no kwakari are saying 400 billion 400 million cedis, a kind of $400 million, right? Okay, knowing clearly say COVID-19 by sasi kadwa ye de kushi na manfo ni bi no Bank of Ghana ho na womo e de be so aban na sene enso Sami Jemfi ene ne NDC group no etuo mani yiraye enne nyame a won pebone ye de wakwa akosi ho hwe enimguase a ene account ya bomba no etiro sa $1.7 billion no e ka no Sami Jemfi ka no 1.7 billion gold board kano ebetimi dey wie all the 111 agenda 111 hospitals na afa eye enipa 72,458 adwuma mu yesi yenye din yan go the next slide yesi yenye din obi anka na ntum me da say entino what the gold board 1.7 billion dollars or 22 million Ghana city laws could have done for Mother Ghana. The Ministry of Roads and Highways program based estimate and you know roads and highways 2026 estimated expenditure aye 5.3 trillion 5.3 billion right 2027 expenditure allocation aye 6.5 billion 2028 expenditure allocation aye 8.3 billion 2029 expenditure allocation aye 5.9 billion abusia entino from 2026 to 2029 no Ministry of Roads and Highways ne budget expenditure nkoa no ye kan nyina bomu a ene sa 22 billion Ghana cedis e ka sam de mfi da afuoi abo my Ghana no yebetimi de sasikan as sponsor Ministry of Roads and Highways na ko mo de yi akwan abusia enso no yase sami de mfi ni NDC ntiro yanki anontum fa me call the next slide afei consolidated projects until 2025-2026 total road project 61 project ya kasa 61 road project ni nyina abomu a ya benya 1454.41 kilometers of asphaltic overlay. Total estimated cost about 20.2 billion. 20.2 billion. And sa 22 billion Ghana cedis gold bond loss no anka sa project we nyina no ebetimi amaye akwan 1454.14 kilometers of proper asphaltic overlay. And so ne yase sami je mfini gold board ne NDC ntino yenye din. Fa me call the next slide. Good. Free senior high school policy. And it's 22 billion Ghana cedis loss no. Ebetimi afande a year free SHS in Kwadano for 5 years. Until 2027, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33. 22 billion Ghana cedis lost no a gold board for sami jemfi edi mu ama ahwere wo man no ebetumi afande free senior high school policy no for you can say 5 good years. 5 good years. And so ne yes say sami jemfi nti obia enye din. Can go the next slide. Government to spend 2.8 billion Ghana cedi on secondary education infrastructure. Honorable Haruna Idrisu. Date in here 19th August 2026. And Abayne say, we're here 2.8 billion Ghana cedis. Sani Bayua infrastructure. That's what some of the public senior high schools, you know, you bet to me at this 2.8 billion Ghana cedis, you know, a class a year infrastructure deficit, you know. And so now you I am behind. I'm a quabrane ni paba kufuo. Sabin previous and in some hunu. I don't know hand $1.7 billion. I couldn't my Ghana. At that rate of investment, the 22 billion Ghana cedi gold bond lost could finance a sustained expansion of secondary school infrastructure for 7.5 years in a row. In Tiafibiano, you're spending 2.8 billion. yɛde bɛsisi ɛyɛ dormitories ne ho nkron ba secondary schools ahodoɔ no for 7.5 years saa 22 billion no ka adwuma ebetimi ayɛ the various senior high schools no in terms of infrastructure no ɛno no enso na yɛse samije mfinti no obi ankena no ntum yaro se bi wɔ hɔ ayɛnkɔ the next one okay and that is it adwuma on you can say Tuesday I don't know afei Wednesday Dr. Alhaji Mahmood Bawumia ne premix fuel automation centers na tikasi a ewe adwe tikasi e da so daye da no da na me kira wo se ensonso ye pa abeda the current vice president and after the former vice president because one Dr. Alhaji Mahmood Bawumia as a vice president was able to champion over 32 flagship policies are very successful and ya da ti ho aba Mami aba 1 year 7-8 months down the line we maintain nkai baby abe hu maami no ene dwabo ase President Mahama entimi nkwa na ya twero nsemo e de ama no akwakokan wo kan wi anu anu asa na dwuma na si. But sometimes we don't fault her because constitution ama a definite and a specific role of a vice president. But it will take an innovative vice president like Dr. Alhaji Mahmood Bawumia to champion initiatives and policies baba yan fasode de ama my Ghana. Abusia Dr. Alhaji Mahmood Bawumia me kai fisher folks no ekọ na so ekoka kire ne say doctor wadaroma o fishing industry no ade ba ko problem pa no premix fuel aban kra fuel ne de ba man meka you can say afarefo na nkasa nsa o say party chairman constituency chairman constituency secretary party penny bi ade ne nsa chese unhunu de ebesi na ade na kwa akodi nipa bi ho na kodi om ho a wo twa ya ade no akwa atwe no ma yi aba be ton na twamene bo de ama afarefo no ediro onye bibi mfa ho and I'm say vice president abba for Republican dispensation mu Dr. Alhaji Mahmood Bawumia pe and na adwene mu bia wotimi bring out innovative ideas na dey solve problems ono pe and the records are there. Vice President Biamaya wa championing some 32 policies are successful. You mean see that ono pe na best the narrative one of the a paradigm shift abaya and ne you want to say we are vice president and yes sir president ni wa ya twron sabo ya share no say koko kenkan ma president ne pe no vice president office no anya a ceremonial office no Dr. Alhaji Mahmood Bawumia and a best sansa narrative no interne your budget machines you can say it is attributed to the former vice president. Your bus supply medical delivery drone services you say it is attributed to the former vice president. Your boy premix fuel automation centers and stations it is attributed to the former vice president of the Republic of Ghana, His Excellency Dr. Alhaji Mahmood Bawumia. Nipa we 2024 Ghana fo bi mu atona twene ko be mampani anka enei mesenka eniema pa no ane na adomo eye nyina no ka watoa so agenda 111 ko awie anka market circle ko abawie PTC interchange ko abawie and a whole lot of a project abandada ne shas ya enne abanse abai and astole enti ya katra o say abai to e won sunsuanso mienu papa ne bone se wogi tumpreko pe omu wa ya to mama ne yenim pa se ne wa kan wontimi nya ya do ma ne hyere nsa wo be twe ma na kwa akire esan politics tantan yenti na amanfo bi edimurika koto ababa no wo betina konwa ne so a Well, unim the echo, nyam na mbebe kachira. You know what is happening, what is going on right now. Unim the echo. You see? And the doctor had Mahmoud Bawumia and nyansa ni nim the emu no. Edesa adie we baya. Indeed, a buyer na farefo no ade adanse ye se ebe so wo haw na no. Until say Nana Adomo a level officer and 1 year 8 months down the line and then anything the government abano this one the fisheries minister is failing to activate a policy where say e baba bua ye afarefo ofiri shama o MP wa shama ye misa say how many of these premix fuel automation centers na wa shama under the watch of Honorable Emilia Arthano, a year grandma Farifu or Shama, a this one for sure. Obakona Quabranijina premise fuel holding day, as well known a Johnson premise fuel no. No, it's never be a young channel fa, we know, MPP Nintino, young farmer, NDC chairman, one check. Can you imagine this? And to a minor, yeah, quiet, Chinu, ya farisi ya bese chire ya se ne aka no kura chire mpanimfo no ani o man Ghana bese yo se ya nyane se de ye ne ye mprempren ya be so o man Ghana bese ya se ye me ne bre na ye ne se ne ye ti ha ye ne ye kan ye kan se abepepe abusia me busuafo bebre no a NDC fo me busuafo bebrebe no a eye NDC fo me namfo bebrebe no a NDC fo but o ya de na nya ya ba be ka kire o eno nkire se hu mi a o tamfo ne me chia we mfi me chia na mfi mi mfa me ho ye ka no kura na akire o nyame agire ne ye ka de akire wo no abusia enti Dr. Light Mahmoud Bawumia ena etimi ebo modern edi premix fuel automation stations ebaye the various London beaches 2024 hour kono na about 154 of these stations have been installed na mu 60 I think 50 ena eye adwuma aban baye ebisa se the remaining stations no omotebia tesen enkoyie was a down na what this idea ne ba ya eden pa se obesi seni ye no atoaso eden abusia etieno no enu aye be ye agenda 111 yaro for data ne to so mame good into the Ghana Priority Health Infrastructure Project referred to as Agenda 111 involves the construction of 111 hospitals across the country. The hospital comprises of 101 district hospitals, 7 regional hospitals, 2 regional psychiatric hospitals, and 1 national psychiatric hospital. Out of the 104 districts and 2 psychiatric hospitals, 100 are active. 100 are active. And as at the time one, now Dr. Anthony Nsiasare, former presidential advisor on health, update now August busumi numu August say 2024 and one update it's as at August now 100 of these hospitals are active, are contractors, aquasite one area juma den. Progress of work of the 100 active sites are as at August 2024 ranges from 5% for sites that commenced recently to over 87%. Abusia, August 2024 update Dr. Anthony Nsiasare Edemaya with regards to the Agenda 111 hospital project. I don't know. You the next slide. Good. Now, health workers needed. That is all staff. And this hospital be a nipa before my drum 549. And you see 102 district hospitals are multiplied by 549. Ubenya 55,998. Regional hospitals, yes, 7. Regional hospital Bakubian Befa Nipa 1,343. Multiply by 7. Regional hospitals and Suni Yano ebe create 9,345 employment. Psychiatric hospitals, aya 3. Bakubiano ebe employ 947 multiplied by 3. Ubenya 2,841. You can the number of employment time. The Agenda 111 hospital project, you know, it me really ebe create 68,184. Health workers needed, medical doctors in Kwano, and you know, in the 102 district hospitals, you know, and ebe create 2,346 employment at the amount medical doctors. Regional hospitals in Kwano ebe create 924 jobs at the amount medical doctors. And our psychiatric hospitals, you know, ebe create 63 jobs at the amount medical doctors. Ye kabomwa 3,333. As when and this yabanse ohunu eso emfaso ntino he baby anana adomu CDC ye no eno ano no on fa block ba kopempo emecho so ye adogudinti eno an mani abre President John Mahama so no enie oko one of the nursing training colleges the northern part of Ghana during the 2024 campaign ejina aye wo fa kana pampam ana de microphone man o megaphone so den de man no and wo kase mu wo kase we anase foi monto ababa me na me ba be toa Agenda 111 hospitals ni nyina so ne na do anwe me ba be wie ni nyina na a create space e de amamo na after me afam adwuma mu eno ntina no ane ani abre ne so aye kan ne se papa wa na wo kwose anase fo ne bo me am tie anya me na me ko share sa abo no wa na wo ko share sa abo no a ye wo tape wo a ye boy 1 year 8 months abese ko what are you doing automatic posting no aso de be ma anese for na wenfa ozo be wi Agenda 111 hospitals ni nyina na timia fa eye anese for na adwuma mu e wo he ediga wi ya about 70,000 workforce and ankasa hospitals no ebe fa mu adwuma mu enso ne aban se faso bi ani so ntino nya de ode blog ba ko pempo e kwa akoka ho na de emobɔ ne se obehia 1.7 billion dollars saa sika no asame gemfi esuko no ma no amana hwere wo man Ghana ada ne ka esensen yeko mu no saa sika no ka betim de awi Agenda 111 hospital project ni nyina na fa nipa adwuma mu ama wo manya bia ye President John Mahama no an kan 1.7 billion dollars and ye hiase de be wie hospitals ni nyina so ya tenase ama one institution ashe 1.7 billion dollars musi yenye di ne yenye di china yebeka afa yaro yankwa de yankwa videos no famisha asia from a premise fuel de no ye wi ana ya ba Agenda 111 no Agenda 111 no uyi President John Mahama boss audition na asefo no wi a na for the Agenda 111 hospital project na to aso ye da ase
It is possible.
The integration of such cutting-edge technology promises to put an end to the persistent issue of hoarding, which has cast a shadow on the fishing industry for far too long. By ensuring accurate and transparent tracking, the automated premix fuel dispensing and monitoring system will guarantee that premix fuel reaches its intended recipients without delay and leveling the playing field for all stakeholders involved. And indeed, transparency and accountability are the cornerstones of this project. We are resolute in our commitment to overcome any attempts at fraud, diversion, or illicit activities within the supply chain. Through real-time monitoring of fuel levels and transactions, we shall foster an environment of trust and integrity wherein the suppliers and consumers can partake in a fair and just system. Few projects hold the potential to transform lives and uplift communities as profoundly as the automated premix fuel dispensing system. Its implications are not confined to the technical realm. Instead, they ripple through the fabric of our society, touching the lives of our hard-working fisher folks, the suppliers, and the entire fishing industry ecosystem.
The receipt is prepared.
Since the 1990s, the Ghanaian government has subsidized premix fuel for outboard engines to support fisher folk and enhance their livelihoods. In 2022 alone, the government allocated approximately 260 million cedis for these subsidies. Over the span of 2014 to 2022, a total of 1.4 billion cedis was expended on premix fuel subsidies. Regrettably, Nana Jojo Solomon, National Chief Fisherman and Fisheries Commission Board member, highlights that this subsidy has often been misused to the detriment of fisher folk.
Because of the heavy subsidy on the premix, believe me, almost everybody from all walks of life outside the industry would want to come in there. And mostly, a lot of them have succeeded in coming in there. Be the political, activists, party people, favorites, party sympathizers, some MCs, DCs, all over. I mean, so it has become a source of worry to some of us.
Aside the issue of diversion and hoarding of premix fuel, Nana Jojo Solomon discloses that fishermen have been consistently shortchanged over time.
As a chief fisherman, a former chief fisherman, I know there are a lot of lapses and that people were cashing in on. Some are the fact that we don't have the regular machines to dispense the fuel. We use buckets, and therefore a lot of the LBCs do the fishermen in. It has been a source of worry. I have served on the premix committee for 4 years, and I had constantly drummed home the fact that, look, fishermen are being disenfranchised when it comes to value for money when they are buying the fuel.
Uncalibrated sales methods have led to fisher folks being unfairly treated, and the vendors who often sell the flammable products in the open air with buckets face safety risks. Isaac Mensa, Secretary of Mori Inkum London Beach Committee, expresses these concerns to City News.
The challenges are a lot. The fuel is insufficient supply, and everybody, because the fuel is not coming fluently, everybody is trying to get some when it comes once. So we always face challenges here. People are fighting, quarreling, and so many things, and the place too is not safe when in case of anything. It has been a concern to us because where we are working and we are not in a safe place, we always think of how we're going to get a safe place to work so as to fit what we are doing.
To address these pressing issues, the Ministry of Fisheries and Aquaculture has taken steps to streamline the distribution and sale of premix fuel. Mavis Habakumsin serves as the sector minister.
His Excellency the Vice President tasked me, and the reason was that I should make sure that the fuel that are being diverted will get to the rightful people, because we realize that from Tor to the landing beach, we don't get the quantity that is supposed to get there. Sometimes it doesn't even get there at all. We have 300 landing beaches, and these 300 landing beaches, government supplies them with premix fuel. But at the end of the day, as I said earlier, it doesn't get to the designated people. And so we are bringing in this automation to curtail the diversion, and it will also help government to know the quantity that he should take to a landing beach at a particular time. And we also know the number of fishers that draw premix fuel at a particular landing beach. We have their canoe registration, and we are to emboss it on their canoes, and these numbers will be synchronized with their data.
The minister further provides insights into the workings of the premix fuel automation and dispensing system.
We'll be able to monitor the fuel from the from the Tor to the landing beach. Even in my office, we will know the quantity that is taken from Tor and the quantity that is being delivered. And then when somebody draws, we'll be able to know who has drawn what quantity, and we'll know as and when we should send premix to the community. There will be no more diversion. It will get to the rightful people. We also know the number of people that are supposed to draw the premix fuel. Sometimes we hear about, outbreak of fire at the landing beaches. All this will be minimized because they are now in a tank, and it's being drawn under a supervision, so there will be no fire outbreak in the community.
Nana Abrokwa Asari is the administrator of the National Premix Fuel Secretariat. He sheds light on the capacity of the innovative tanks that will be deployed across all 300 London beaches.
It is a 15,000 litre capacity tank. So the tanks are in two forms. We have the 15,000 and then the 30,000 litres capacity storage tanks. The 15,000 tanks are for landing beaches where we have smaller number of canoes. This is Nungwa, where we have just about 100 to about 120 canoes. Landing beaches that have bigger capacities have the double size tanks, that is the 30,000 litre capacity tanks.
Additionally, Nana Abrokwa Asari details the entities responsible for providing services at these new distribution points.
We already have a landing beach committee system in place. The LI that governs the sale and distribution of premix fuel, that is LI 2233, fishermen, the right to manage premix fuel outlets. It is headed by the chief fisherman. We have other representatives like the canoe owner, fishmonger, etc. So it's a 7-member committee. But because of the level of technology, it will take a while for our fishermen to also adjust to handling this very expensive machine. So every distribution point will have a sales assistant that would support the landing beach system that we already have to make sure that there's smooth and easy flow of transactions.
The primary beneficiaries of this innovation are the fisherfolk themselves. Insights into the awareness of the system and their perceptions of its potential to enhance their businesses are garnered through interviews conducted at Elmina, Mori, and Nungwa London beaches.
Aban ohe afarfo yan hihye binim kekeda fru anu ayam kanus mi yabi nyabi oduna abana adun yan wo da obey da mazi am abase ajewu card ba na yan hu da awakanu na wo bu biamo na eziko ejuma oye obobo ayan papa fashion simlesa wa ya te da wo tumesi da midani ya jibo tol petrol na mu abase eto bi wa ha na se eko no petrol ni sana bana e bi wa different place no so ekwa en bi na da sana ko
if I get machine na ke be hi ni machine hi wa jake first be do ho wa ke machine go home first okay machine o Sibia okay machine ko ho ke fuel ba ne first no arosio Sibia no okay machine bo ho money mo fe mo do o yin card onyo baje ko baje ahabu petrol jo yin card there about petrol.
So you like it?
Yes.
Do you have any concerns with the card business?
Okay, card boni eyole if you are na business wa ke san na card ahi machine petrol e no ke ye mboko nye ba mi ne ke kembe kenu nye ba ba ke ba petrol mbe card yo ka mi mbe card yo mbe card yo nye ma petrol ske ye card kenu na nye ma petrol.
I think it will be safe for us, it will be good for us to use the automation, because selling fuel at open place like this, you can see that it is not good, and in case of any fire or anything, our lives are not safe. So it's better we use the automation, and we are happy for it.
With the calibration and everything going on, realize that fishermen will get their value for money, and people who are not fishermen, cannot abuse subsidies that have been granted the industry by taxpayers. You understand? So all these things, I think, we are yet to see whether, in the course of the dispensation, we will also come up with some, gaps or, flaws in the system. But I think predominantly with what we have seen, and, I think at least 90%, 95% of clearance, will be done, and fishermen will be happy.
The full uptake of the premix fuel automation and dispensing system promises to eradicate the human elements that robbed many fisher folk of the much needed commodity that is premix fuel. For City News, I am Caleb Kuda.
Are waiting for 7th December. We know the problems with trainee nurses. And that is why when we're in government, we said we're going to substitute your allowance with the student's loan. That's what we said. And that is because we wanted to create more employment for you. What is important for you is not the allowance, it is to get a job when you finish school. But somebody came and said he will pay the allowances. Unfortunately, it was 419. When he went to Techiman, it took a young, small trainee nurse like you to say that you promised us you pay our allowances. I entered nursing training 3 years ago. I'm in my final year. For the 3 years I've been in school, I have not received even allowance once. And you know what? They pretended like they didn't know. Oh, allowances, I'm not sure. I have to ask the Minister of Finance. I am saying you owe them almost 30 months of arrears. Some of them have left school without receiving their allowances. And some of them are going to leave school again without receiving their allowances. But one thing I can assure you, it is about jobs. And NDC is committed to jobs. And so we are going to create a situation where we can employ as many of you as possible. What the MPP does is, they don't employ for 4 years. Then when it's getting to elections, they quickly say, oh, we've opened the portal for employment. And so they say they've got financial clearance to employ 15,000 nurses. Why have you waited till 3 months to elections before you say you're going to employ 15,000 nurses? And which ones are you going to employ? Are you going to start from 4 years ago or 5 years ago? Which batches are you going to employ? And that is why we must create a condition so that when you are coming out of training, we are sending you into employment at once. Ezu. I make you a commitment. When I come, the hospitals we're building that have been abandoned by this government, we will continue them. When I come, the Agenda 111 hospitals they are building, I'll continue and finish them. So that we can create more space to be able to absorb all of you when you finish school. This election is between Ghana and MPP.
Since independence, this is the biggest and most expensive project.
Michame manfo nyina nso anim yedum na se kese de ma omampanyi if you say this wama asema yenso anim abenyam.
This is the Trede Agenda 111 site, and I'm very happy to say that this site is completed. We are cleaning the place to fix all the equipment. The equipment are all in.
The vision of Agenda 111 is unique. This is a very beautiful visit hospital.
Amamu, as I said, blocks are getting see them. Foundation block wall, near the back one to so, near the back one to so, and then I had that first.
The 4th of December, His Excellency the President will be at the site of Trede to commission the hospital where he cut the sword on 17th August 2021.
Fellow Ghanaians, and then Yaba, a Bokoro, Agenda 111, what Hunter West in the municipality. Yene, Penufua, Omoda, a year hospital, Yano, Edin, almost say, order from above, so we cannot enter the facility. And then so the outside of the facility shows clearly, say, this is one of the best Agenda 111 hospitals are His Excellency and another down for the year.
With taxpayers' money, and the idea come say, will be politics in Tibeso Kacho say and they are not putting people in to come and work. You can clearly see Hana Oman Mpuntuo. You can clearly see that it's a cost to the taxpayer just because it was done by one party or one government. What government you were not part of? One of the machines that has been fitted here. Clearly everything is also, or nurse or any medical practitioner is posted to this place. All these quarters has been completed. And anyway, Bokoro and now Bokoro in the Hunter West municipality in the western region. This facility just a economy, and so if anybody tells you that this facility is incomplete, if anybody tells you that this facility cannot be operationalized, that person is lying to you. Honorable Minister Osikani said, a mortuary one way or the other, mortuary operationalizing hospital. I said it, that a mortuary cannot be a condition precedent for us to be able to operationalize a hospital. However, in this hospital, mortuary, no. So why is the minister not allowing us to operationalize this hospital? Or why is the minister not operationalizing this hospital? I charge the government and the NDC to make sure say the Bokoro Agenda 111 hospital that is situated in the Hunter West municipality is ready. It has been commissioned Please post human beings here. Why are we wasting taxpayers' money? Is it because it is not our government that did it? Why? We cannot allow this to happen. In creating jobs, because His Excellency the President, you told us that you are going to create jobs. This is not the way, but this cannot be the strategy for you to be able to create jobs. Thank you.
Fellow Ghanaians, and every Asante Memu Namabe. Now what you trip, His Excellency the President, John Dramani Mahama Eba Nashibijo. Jina Simpi Sukase. Agenda 111 na MPP Abane Echemu a commission, they are not operationalized. Miami Yamari Sema Bahana Medimeni Ababe Shadia SC.
There's a reception. Furniture over here. Those consulting in jail. The furniture, AC, everything fixed. Private consultants, furniture. So there's a few work. Invite Radiant
Hour 4. And you know, videos, videos are weak in Juma. And clearly, made at the end of Japan, Agenda 111 hospital project we buy, wa abandon sa project ni nyina. Na o share the Sibukroi. Na o share and print the state of that facility. Anytime bia me wa kofa on me duru opena me ra ho me say o my Ghana ye President John Dramani Mahama o share amanfo obose yanto abama na wo ba be mampani a wo be wie sa project ni nyina na wagina so dia fa nurse fo na adwuma mu wo na aka wo na wo ka sa asem wo na wo share sa abo no about 1 year 8 months down the line you hunu hwe tene nurse ni no a wotie sa asem no manage na so koto abama wo no o that fie why disappointed wo se mo to abama me ba wo wie training college ya na adwuma kitaw wo kwa akoye adwuma enie tabusia. So that is it. Yemfa ni nyina no AC ase na menye messages me ensa bi na Bwadi Augustin Miller bam abekansa ofia na yene no enhye yenkomo twetwe no as join the conversation live on YouTube Western Diamond TV live udru ana wa subscribe to channel na fe wanya daje na ode o comment aba na yetimi akenka ni nyina de ama ya na wa share link na enso e de ama for WhatsApp and a text 50248071174 so bra na yenye brankenka wonsem ni nyina enso emfa ma we say Osika good evening. Oyasemu, it's very painful for me. All the hard work our former president Adam Kwekufuado and the vice president did after the COVID-19 for us to march forward. Rather, we are now marching backwards with NDC people. If we anyway free second D and what they buy. If we that's it. Where's your good evening? In fact, if God permits and NPP comes back to power, the government should use any law or laws in the country to prosecute the sitting president for the huge sums of monies he has spent unnecessarily as a wake-up call to future presidents. Frimpong Manso edifiachim esubuan or the buyer. And the old can mean because just look at the amount of money a buy way at the Atlantic. Sa ne flagship programs yi nyina no ya checks aya ne chese there is no effect in zero. Talk of the 24-hour economy, free sanitary pad and go nketen Mahama case chese uhunu ya disika mu du ere dia lunch nsoro obi anya mfaso o mamu ase and yebeka yeah, obi antimi nkan anu ntumo yebeka. We say Osika good evening. John Mahama and the NDC as comers. Kwame Nyame Kobold or the Freya Aguna Swedro in Aguna West district and the by. We say Osika good evening. Agenda 111 in Ahanta West have been stalled. The market women are crying. It is time for the NPP to unite the base and come back to power. Greetings to Dr. Alhaji Muhammad Baumia, Sub-Zero Edifia Wisiejo, and what they buy Sub-Zero Maya Nasi. Mention I mean this final ones Navi. Young coach do be na young coach and come to Nasi. Where's your good evening? You guys are very great, and we thank you so much for your wonderful work you are doing for the party. Now hear this. We should ask all ORA members to declare their assets so that we jet them when NPP comes to power. Impeachment of the president in our constitution should be abolished. If the president has the majority in parliament and will vote against such an impeachment, even if the president is involved in any corruption, the vice president can act when the president is cited in any corrupt activities instead of waiting after he leaves office. This will make the minister sit up as they are possible to face the law while in office. Anyone who aids and abets of officials in any shady deals must serve the same number of years as the real offender. Kwekuteria Edifiachemfo in Salt Pond in the central region of Ghana or the Baye. Oscar, greetings to you. Like I said yesterday, this government came to teach Ghanaians a good lesson. They don't care about the well-being of the common Ghanaian. Ghanaians should massively vote and kick them out. They only came to grab and nothing else. Flamboyant Edifiachiman ena ode ebaye bebrebe no aba begumu ase e begebre na ya kenkan ni nyina enso etimi ede amao yemmo enwura eye BAM na sueye na yene no enhye enkomotwetwe no ase adano ada ba ye koto ye ewo western region abrantie yi ejina ase kapati for ewo ato mantemu ase ntuno so aba na Ombeye, the Western Regional Youth Organizer. Wakoya and a delegate no say, where di nyabotre, enuru suye. Nyabotre, odiye sign ko na brabiem. Ebedu so obekwa bebabiem no. Na ene waye dwumaden pa ma ye nyina ye hunu. Na ye gyina so ato aba ama wo. And was you makamate as I said to me, no more the cramo na me konma sanswaba na se ne mokan na makoye adwuma de me nkote na da me konma samba na me ba ene full force ene ye de ba na ya beji region no na yetimi manage the youth wing of the party in Western region. Adumrey young guest Bwedi Augustine Menla, aka BAM, BAM for short. Abekansa Ofiazi. Miria and Majo.
Yeah.
Now, what is saying? Nice one. And then the first day I miss you. Yeah. Now, Mekai pass time one I kwako tuabano. Oba fiase oba nopa ebe ye interview hase na after the interview no me friend catch you say niama kese o wanimu na de obeye ne se kosoa na ye adwumaden fa ho kire fa ho jija ba bia bedru bia no fa ho ja edin no mane nka ba bia bedru bia se ne ebe ya da chi bi no amanfo ebe kai na onu se BAM bam o kan ye ho e wa to mantemu ase enti no sumu a wasomo no e so mfaso e na enei ye de e ma no sa asem na me ka kire wo no de di kan obechia de ba mamimisa sa asem na me ka kire wo no oda so de ye adwuma na se after the election we pia de asinchen
Union penny, we dey meda ase. Na make sure we tie for nyina enanyumre.
Very well.
Afutu de o maami bi.
Yeah.
Na o kire me kwan pa no so. Enti nia o kan no so me gusu a me de ye adwuma sa pepepe.
That's
right. I think say nyame adom so nyama so atuto yi.
Amen.
Nyame atuto yi.
Okay. The other kind BAM. Ediana a show crying say for who ewura eye NPP atemantem ha sei executive position elections no e dey na hye Ukraine hye fa ho ewura mu mame yem fa mfiri wona fi ye to ankomo ne so
okay we dey me meda wase na nyumre ma minchia watiefo nyina
right
na minchia obi bia so awe den ohwe me na minchia MPP delegate ni MPP fo nyina se ye da mo ase se ye kokon no eja anya hwekra no ye nyankofo bi ompe asem omo ye den omo to aba maye
right
eja se sankofo no nya ye mugidie se so ye nya akonya na ye ba na ye be ye regional youth organizer na e betimi aye adwumaden e de aboa party na ma party na fa ne ntempa afra ewo ye mansini mu enti ne me ba se ba be ka cho mu nyina se me do mu nyina ase
obedo mo ase
me ba be do mo ase me ba se me ba be do mo ase
I see
yeah obi otoma me ne want to ama me bia and then me ni obia so any problem bia ne want to ama me no one reason tia wan then want to ama and then God being so good yenua onya akwanya na onwini ye no so ono so wako bi pen
yeah
wako ne mprensa me nso nie
yes
na nyame adom nkunimdie na baba ye ono no dia enti yen no sisi ane o se yen ne yese o se yeso yetu ye ho si wo ne ye adwumaden e de boa no na ne esi nani so opese onye enfama region no emra na mbe ye krabehwe
okay
ye de betimi aye nyina yese o se ye sacrifice ye bibia ye wo bia nimdie ye sika ene ya hoɔden ye de tie na chi na nadwuma ye bia be den e be krabehwe nyame adom na okɔ we a next 4 years no ontimi nye den enko biem me ne menu anu aka no so yenyina ya kan ho abom se ye ba be adwumaden de aboa no na nyame ya adoma next 4 years da ya nim no se ye kwa akoto aba ne bi ma delegates so be hwe adwumaden a ye ba ya ye be ye aiden ashira yen
good
yenu anu megidi so no so emra oba first one na wanya oba second one na wanya no wankote ana even po 2020 ayekwa elections omo be no v power away coordinator 2020
yeah
coordinator. And then it should tell me say ono so ye adwumaden de boy say okote daya na nke ya mfre no nti yeso ya ready say yeso ye baba ye adwumani bi de e de aboa no besides anope me wo program bi a me baba ye incoming national chairman
okay
as me take you time ni nyina ne mo mfa cheme yewura dombuebu
okay
oba regime nyame adoma next week no me so mo program bi na kan pese me yen fa hia no kwan
okay
na ansa na me yes ade no so say me ngi permission free a regional commander ho nti anope me testimony of any cash oh bibi say na da mani ma me pese me ye na mom na ansa me ye no me pese me nya ono no ne permission ansa metimi aye sa ade no nti me de to na ni waka shem so menua feel free na ye ne wo hwa ebeboa region no
okay
na ade enkofa basabasa bia man de yentwe ye ho ye de efru ne nya nwamapa
okay
and then bless me with sa project na me pesa me ye de menye no
okay
it I think say me want support no so wo me so me support
good
it is a funny say I think say region no so be den e be fa ne tampa fra e wo youth wing no
I see
the me nua me buy na
okay to my surprise you know this is the first time what call elections candidate you know one year successful na wasan babiem say o be da delegate na say me hunu bi da yes me hunu bi da adwuma ma ya che me hunu bi da say ebia candidate bi akọ election na one year successful na wasan so aba say elections na mako anya hwe kura me nya nipa bi ma mo to aba ma me me ban ma ba be do ma se na masan so ada wo mo a wo man to aba ma me na se bm
boss
me hu bi da e dey na motivate you a wutu sa na mo we
eno na ma me di kan ka se yenua pani no ono wa comprem ne premier sanso na wadi Kenya
that's right
it is a even po say ono wanya nokote daya na kenye say enne wanya nkunimdie wababa regional youth organizer it yeso ye pese ye fa sa na monto ni mu a ne wanto amaye no owo ni reason ti even po menka we mfa ntwam wa bra on the election day no ho aye kwakoto aba no mikoshia constituency bi anam no mu di nkomo no ameka chom so omumla no mbeto aba ma me na mebeye regional youth organizer na me so mebo mu ama and you so many so and as omoni so ade hunu no abamu e wo constituency.
Okay.
And check answer me no ba be kasa na me pani baaye e no baaye so no ba be kasa into obaaye no mi jana so no mum ni kan obeto me ho ba me ka che so no nko kasa no wia na me so maba.
Okay.
And then wa bro no gu so no mu di nkom na me gina ho e na ma me ba ko kasa o me nua pani o sage for the obaaye ache mo me moa no wa hu na che say delegate ni bi no nya hu mobro bi ye de ma no say wakọ empre nempre miensa so ni
right
onyaye nti afi no mo mi nyina ye den ye toma no ye hye na nimonyam afi we mu.
Okay.
Na omo aka ne de omo wakonya bebre den edom anim ye nyuma pa na be kire na ya brabo so ya brabo pa so na be den e be kire nti ni nyina agina ye na ya ka no so say ye be adwuma den ye de ata ye nu anachi nti me de me ba ya na me se delegate me do mu nyina ase nyame hire mu nyina na me no mabasa me no mo ba betena e no mo aye adwuma abre ni anytime bi on be free me bia no meba aba bebo mu achi dom no mo aye adwuma ama ne mo hwehwe bia so o mo saka.
Okay.
Nti enyoma ehye me nkran no.
I see. Ye bisa we your first time wa call elections ana first time
dabi.
When your first time? Well, first time,
test quantity president.
Oh, okay. Yeah. That also not to say.
And also, menya sa.
Wenya.
Menya.
Okay.
By a course, a party ajuma.
Okay. And you know, where your second time.
Yeah, the second.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Second time, voter unyaye. Osaje fu etia kwao. Enya 197.
Yeah.
Okay. Prince Kuntu Blanks in Enya 100 votes, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Frederick Kuma Enya 4.
Yeah.
Bwedi Augustine Menla Enya 67.
Yeah.
Enti o first time what tour region in mu constituencies a wodo ni nyina mu no voter delegate ushia wo mo no e de ma wo 67.
Yeah.
What can I say after the elections our year analysis no 67 no ayemao.
Oh, papa.
Ayemao.
Ayema me papa.
Okay. I didn't say ayemao.
On say me share me to me no. Enya insem ni na metimi aka wo
Okay.
Besides, ye share minimum ati akwa wo osagefo a. Na ke baabi wo ho no ma ke vote no minimum betimi ade achemu mienu. Wahun baabi wo ho bia metimi age ni nyina. Na those places no me sha menya honum de ni nyina mom de mennya bi no na mom no nya me menya ni nyina ye se ebi mu hu se me ye da me ye young me wakonya se me san akobiem na atia de se okọ this time a ontimi ye den ontimi mabiem and then eba ne sa so a ne political career no ebe shaking kakra.
Okay.
Because we so no betimi agina so no dey build for the next ade eda nanim nti yen so ye wa akwanya biem nti yen so ye mra ne me de ye meye dwuma pa na ye ma delegate no sa ade na omo ye den ye bebo hu dawro de kire omo no ye ba ye no ya ma menti ada na emom no akwanya omo me akwanya biem pene na.
Okay.
Nti no senior ye de memom de minim se 67 na menya no eye nkrofo a me message a me koton ye no omo hu se boy message okita no eno ni ade a region ye hia.
Okay.
Eno ni ade a region no ye hwehwe so we see grounds no bisa delegate obia be ka cho say the boy that guy bam no he had a message.
Okay.
And then that is the type of person I heard ye hwehwe but we say on the day of elections no nyema bebre na timi ye the ACC enti results in the buy no we had no option than to accept any nearby in a good faith.
Okay.
Name mum no yemfa yesunsum no so kwata ye nua be ma achi and the regional executive body no so achi na ye nyina yembe ye adwumaden na yam
secretary ba
secretary.
Yeah. Na me ye di nkomo na me bi say say candidate womo vie to be the next regional youth organizer no omo ba eye omo na so no why message pa and touch no.
Yeah.
And not baby a unu 18 and I say there is one guy within one more buy no If you BAM, BAM.
Yeah.
Or make key one statement quickly. Oma omo chro ya. Womo edebe committee. No ma hwe so mbetimi e de aye adwuma e Takoradi constituency a. Waka sa na me say. Ana obizam say minimum na am so minimum no. Ya di nkomo waba happen. Aba be di nkomo kransa ye kwa akoto aba no. Ana o say messages out the buy no. Yeah. Ba ku bi wo mu a say ya adopt ya.
Yeah.
Say region adopt ya beboa. Yeah. Say region adopt plano a wono be make sure say constituency ya timu yi. Takoradi constituency no won be adopt. Na wo mo de aye adwuma. It clearly tells you say na message emodru.
Yeah.
Na the amendment ase pa no eye message ni na chi no BAM bam went to me anwini now see this here at what point now who of them so this one part here I need to win this election based on message me de na ma me de ma delegate no.
Yeah, so we dey me da say na me nim pass election na me wini.
Okay,
ya to aba no e bo 12 noon no sani ade ne kɔ no ya ye me say o sagefo enwini contest yi o.
Okay,
iti ho no anije bia wo se meji bia no me sha se meji mani.
Okay,
iti boys o mo hye ye dede nsuo taye o mo hye jama nyina na me gina mu bi.
I see
me no o mo hye jama no ma krokro be huru tale me ma no so bo me bo me ne mi say frɛ mi moto boy say wa aguna kwanta o mo baaye e frɛ Takoradi for say o mo mla me yesa ke yen for mo nko but later na me hu say na anwuma ye kɔ no nti me frɛ o mo baaye aguna kwanta for baaye no ebi mu asem an frɛ mo ntem nti o mo anya time anya den amma nti ye nyina bomu na ye de motos ni be den me na me lidi o mo if you grants on ko hia o mo na me lidi o mo no o mo ye den e ba ho no ye baaye na police commander frɛ me say we dey ye mpe we mu den e wa because nipa dom ye den e wa ha se bia na o mo nka se boni nsi o na bia na moto no na bia se ne no mi twam no na moto akwa akobo bi.
Okay,
nti mema boys ne san so nye den fa moto ne de enfri wo no nko nti ne sa no so me ka she boys ne se sa dia o mo nyi moto no ye den o mo fa enfri field ho no e mo mo mba biem ne mom no mo ko park moto no na mia me ye wie contest na mia me ba be hia o mo na nkomo bia wo no me bia me no mo adan me no mo adi. So fortunately me omo koya less than 2 hours na Takoradi for so ye den e bye and then omo bye no ma kwa nko show mo ti minim ne ho no de esi ye but as at that time no omo bye no na think so omo ye sort na omo ba be kan we no and then na minim say election ne de ni nyina kwa ko gina osaje for so.
Okay,
because there are some nkomo bia me ti na chiri am hu say ade na dane ba enye hwe enye sie wie ye ntimi ko blame obi untimi so enko attack obi nemom no enye asie wie na atwam no yensan so nya den enfa ne foforo na yenko so yenye adwumaden na sene Nyankopon ehwe no ma na atimi akotretem na enne pato supagu ne de ne so no saa so na yeso ye bompa ese ye de ne koye 3 mom de nemom ye next time no you bet me wini na ba be regional youth organizer Ediama region.
Okay, yeah. I see. Abusu afa na wa join here na ha Western Diamond Television Oman Mpuntuo dwumadi esu enie ye ne Bwadi August the recent Western Regional MPP elections na all call for a youth organizer but delegate ne say onya abotre enuru so ye entino manika won ho obi anka wakọ contest awe lose mpono wa Fred o wini ye no at a point a person utua na mo bi origin no no o frɛ SK ne consent e mo no so e bless you BAM e na motivate so ubetimi ayadwuma no kokoye but o kasa no e kyerɛ sɛ o do support usika wa hoɔden o resources e be tie eye ne o wini ye no echi to understand impo se utu na mo bi a ofre no egina adwenkyere e fa na mo na utu no ho o motivation a wo de yes ade en e ye den ade a.
Okay minua me da say I think that me call grants and me call me campaign no. Omo kind we no. Me sanso si grants one each year delegate for nyina.
After say wo ma to
abet ya. Omo kan ba na we na ma we no.
Anyo na we. Akubi na we. No ba kunya fo.
To be honest, one campaign.
Sir.
One ye campaign. Nti ono no de ono no me pese yen for no nye de ensin chen kakra because at least one kasa kwa no wenya for. Wenya nkofo bi omo so mo pe no. Nti no sa nipa for no so ye hu omo on board. And then at the end of the day no sisi a party ye united.
Okay.
Ya kan ye nyina ya kan ye hubom. Na 2028 no ye kɔ ne ye kɔ de ye kɔ je power. Nti ano ni adia me no ehye me nkran. Na esanso ema me ahokeka.
Okay.
Se ne asie bia no e wo se me ye de me fa me ho nye de ehyem. Na se nkunimdie ne ba omo nka se bia osagefo pe na nwini. Omo be ka se MPP na ide.
Nwini. Right.
And then se MPP na nwini dia abasobo no ebi so kamea me so ene me team fo nyina.
That's right.
Nti no eno ne nnuama ekenya me ema me so me ye ne me ye den me ye no.
Okay.
Because say yanke ho ambom na say me say bia man win nti me kwa kwoti ada na me hweso be failure then me myself is a failure. Because yen fa ne say nyame adom na say next time no me so me benya na say bi omo ame no omo be kɔ no omo so ye omo adwen so omo support me. How am I going to feel? I should put myself in that we shoes in him na me hu ne say me ye de ye me anya me de. So there is no need say me so me de me ye de achiro bi.
Okay.
Besides ye wo mo no mo ye adwuma social media adwuma de ma me other opponent no. Minimum of good relationships. But then no me can say it doesn't matter say bia or support you nipa way because he was there before me coming. Into no be a bit me aba say wo dika align and some so me meet.
That's right.
And then say wo ko jani penachi di be di mechi a. At the end of the day no wo so wo wani munyam no eso ye de eso te. Into me no dia me no ni problem but the only thing is say my young Kofaka and for my politics na because I never support me. I know so interest Ochina Obebo me against.
That's right.
Ochina no be a umpo na babe lead me campaign no. Why the front line and what friend professor omo to abaye dey and for mami. It you know men we no nyoma me so ma sove me hu say e ye nyoma be dey e be boa because the politics no oh ye na say oh ye wa adwen say we be creating enemy dia ma ho the more you are creating enemies the more you are calling for your downfall. You creating enemies, you are digging your own grave. It's you know a banesa. Nature say one kasa unya ni swadi hunu, but so one ni swadi hunu dia. Ene ni ebesi biano. Obeden, so. Na we jai nyumemu. Be mum nube hu seni obeden. Obeye onyoma.
Okay.
It's mean you bisa me dia. Na ni ewa no.
Until at this point, you know, Osaje fu etia kwao. The Western Regional Youth Organizer phone frozo. Bam bra. Na beboa me ye kotoa ba no meti ye o message ba ko mienu mi ensa me pese obeka me ho na ye initiate a obeko
senior anya se meko sisi ampo me na me hempa bo akora adwane afoa no esan say answer na beto aba no wahu offer me several times for meetings.
Oh sir.
Yes.
Okay.
Offer me several times for meetings. Me catch and say onya abotre yahwe me adom na so nya akwanya na ne wo bia ne dai de ye de agu apono so na ya bobomu ahwe sene ye be ya e bitimi aden akon abo region no. And after say o wini ye no so ade a chen ye no me frɛ no na se mo kan ye say oh e wona adwumu so be frɛ am ya meeting ba mum no I say there are other stakeholders bi o person hyehyɛ omo no no mu di nkomo wi a me ene ye nuanu mienu na aka no obefrɛ ne ye nyina ye hia na obi ani suade hu na owa opeson fambra on board no obeje ne nyina ya so ne so ne ahwɛ ne ye oya ebeboa region no. And then I think say nekra or ye meeting bi a o share the 17 youth organizers within the region and then the deputy regional youth organizer.
Yeah.
And then on also the campaign team okwakoshi omo edi nkomo abobo send ye be on bed and region youth wing no be fan and tampa fra. And then I think it's a good initiative was started.
Okay.
Because I had that plan say minya akwanya na kamba be ye me ba be create 20 member committee bi it will consist of the regional youth organizer, the deputy youth organizer, then regional TESCOM coordinator, and then 17 constituency youth organizers.
Okay.
Yeah, board no near bed train in Shishaya, yeah, pese. Origin.
Okay.
Because the regional organizer no constituency.
Yes.
Or no 17 I walk on no everybody say, oh minia. Constituency we no constituency we. These are the problems I face. These are the challenges I walk. Na dear na ye shy ya ebe boy. And then me who say ya dia na ebe boa papa and then me share ne ya what me initiate our program we no na me say he is in the right direction or year nyoma and me born abaso for Oman Mpuntuo otu no nyame enka no no on share dey pa na bibia be fine.
What is our future pa?
Thank you.
Oh yeah, our future because wakasa mudo and sa characters we na ye show party no. Yeah. Obi a okwa abato wanye successful a onko tender. Okoda aka to na bro na yakwa kwato ababi no ayi niti.
Yeah.
Sa nipa na eba obe create confusion.
Yeah.
Obi a ya to aba etiaro na nipa no a amanfo no to aba ma no wone no etua na mowa ede eye enkambo mapa ebeba na region nso afa ne ntoma papa efra me de me ka on se ne wa sha ase no ko sa ma obi and distracted because there is a future ahead of you.
Thank you.
Me prophet too.
Thank you.
Me prophet. Yes, me prophet. There is a future ahead of you. And in politics, you know, otutu niyama ye shishaw niyama ye airline ya. Trust me, a baby be ba. Oba be ye the front liner.
Thank you.
And I see that in you.
Thank you.
It's in the ya washas, you know. Kososa. After the elections, what is next for BAM?
Okay. Minya, send we be say. Near day and him say ne dear. Say regional executives na wo hono no. Yes, so ye be ye adwuma den aboa.
Okay.
And I feel so sisi ano I think say ye ba be call the National Congress. Iti ye ba be call Kumasi.
That's right.
Iti ye call Kumasi ne ye ba. Na if you know me programs a me wo nyina no na me pese esi mani so na pese me ye no me de nyina ba ye den ye be kwa koto ye nua anim ene the regional executives for anim say me so nyama na wo me esi mani so me pese me ye den me ye ni
okay
iti me hi o support the only thing I mean here is say on be ma me permission no
okay
na adwuma bi a me pese me ye bia no betimi aye answer na me kokko nso esi bia no me na me share your vote difference each and every constituencies inti me ko hono ma me di kan mo data na mo ankasa mo data mo wo constituency ni mo se bia 2016 se ni enyaye 2024 eso teye 2028 de ye gidi sese ye di weni bu akwam a ye vote nbetimi adan akoso aba benya asen NDC for
all right
most example ye elembele say 2020 that is 2016 no in year 20,000 man NDC for benya we 23,000 that was a 3,000 vote difference na ki betimi aye hu adwuma na ade ni ababaji seat no 2020 no your core congress no your vote no so teye eba somewhere 18,000 but then no mo de no po anhye dan shutu anko bebiri sa eko 23 wana anhye dan anko bebiri 2024 ye yakoto abai ye de so san so eteba fom omo de no so 23 na no mo gina no anko kesi bia sa na hye se NDC no mo hyeda eni nipa don bia sa o nemum no ye no ye de no from akese na eboye no and my vote no so ye eteye and also within the whole region here and from akese ni ade a eteye vote no so pa o he be ti say impo fiase constituency a vote NDC for the 2 year no enu 2000 but then no say ya de ye nya 2020 vote ye nya no 2020 na no ye nya no 2024 na ki ye dinkunim na oti mu say yankofo na ankwa ankoto aba enye so mkoto ma ndc o omo ankoto akasa omo mpie kura ankoto so right now no adia ma me hu se yankofo na ankwa ankoto no ye sa disunity na ba party ni mu no eno no ye one ebiem so ye omo ano mo fi se nkofo bi enkasa omo hu na fe so ase nkofo bi like obutwi phone craft fro bi cra on ye onfa ebiem so so ye message ye koton ye no bebre na ate ye be mum no omo anto omo mfie and then ohwe ye free sessions nkwara ye show mu ya nkwara yi omo beto abati aye na nkwara ya beto omo beto ti aye so no NDC for anko secondary school akoye campaign dabi nemum it was the social media na NDC for the AUZ. And then there's a pussy idea the two social media sisi ano timu say tension iden abadan kakra because sisi ano Ghanaians no mu say ya no no mu ni ehye papa bi ade de maye senior me no mienu di adanse say enye hye pa eye nanado ene nanaba omi administration edigu akwan mu ana ka omo ba ye na ka petrol mu antimi ate so amfa ma 10 cedi omo de ba ye na ka sa free way tertiary entry no mo de ma nkwala no na komo entimi aye de mo entimi anye na ka free SHS no krampo na komo entimi aye de antoa so we ni nwoma mimi hu ni se ehye pa ne nwuma pa epipi beye ye no e na emma omo so mutimi ba ye omo de sa hye ne be de ebegu akwan mu na fetie sisi aye o 2026 2025 omo timi ye sa nwoma we nyina ba 2026 sisi ano petrol sisi e da hen sisi ano
anopa mi to bi na misu
minia na efeso so sisi ano enkwala no omo ka se na komo kwota sharia na kombe eden ombe mo musika mo ayede omo de akwa kotu omo tuition fee ni ade na mom no sese no eden no mo ye sisi a isi akwala na o ka kire ne so ubetua na obema no free tertiary institution we program no one farmer no ana sika no po one farmer no ka kire akwala ne se ono ankopa ni sika nkotua na so kotua obesan so ayede arifa na ama no nye se akwala no se wanya sika nkotua e che se wo so otena fie o o so otena fie na che se abro na wo bo no na ye de yembe atake obi ye ba ne aba beton ye message ama Ghanaians say 2028 no mo nye sa mistake na 2024 mo ye no sisi ano mo ani nye den enda ho because NPP need the only political party what in hyehyeye pa ebetimi aide aboa oman Ghana ne mom na enya ya no
okay
itiminu nyoma bebre wo ho ebedi hu nkomo
okay
na we ne kakra me de beto epono so ama message ne de ye de bebre koye ekoto ma delegate omo aso nim ne na eyem omo nim se ne ye de ba bia ye message ano mu hia message ano mu hia ana se nyoma omo susu se ye bana se ye implement a ebeboa region no
okay
na nya ne yenya na no so nkire se dream no so I den akachiri da bi na mum ne ye nim de no so beba beboa
okay
omo anya kwanya no ama omo aba be successful sene ebe ya so china bi so yeso ye begina ba bia so omo so ba beboa ya omo twetwe omo ho na mum no omo de akoma pa ne ayemiye eba be tai achi ama adwuma bi eba ba bia ebe koso yi
2028 ede na be ye de aboa ama region no party no ehwa ya akono
miniam wo nyama miensa bi a edamanim ba ko
se me ba se wo di tudwa na emwa emfa tudwa
na ne I think say
because obi wo ho a ono ne strategy no onfa tudwa
yes
because o kwa kwa
yeah
onfa strategy enye den entudwa ntina me ka se wo di tudwa na be ha emfa tudwa
yeah
what you say the operative or asio submarine boko na na msugo na ti na your operations because kasa wo kan wa hai e ko ba bia Ghana finance na ko so what the strategy ni tudwa obi o tell okay strategy we na guy ma we dey ba e de yem pe kwan bi so e be fa so a
e be close
what you say ntina say e be hadwena emfa tudwa but when mpefe say obeyi adwuma e de aboa party no western region right
yeah sure
ye betimi agi seat ni bi aka ho de
when you say 2016 na Yekita, I think say 17 seats.
That's right.
Yekita 13, no more 4.
So 2016 krana yen region mu ye.
Yen region.
Ah, ne bom. Western of nyina bom.
Yeah, but it's about 2020. Yebekita 9. No mom kita I think 8. Mewa. And I see some ababeje.
Some 15.
Omukra 15 yekita 2. I think say yebetimi agi bebre pa.
Sa
yebetimi agi bebre. Baby amanfi miensa na yebetimi sweep ni nyina easily kura. Amanfi 3 no. Oh,
amanfi central no muntu aba ma MPP dawo.
Oh, yebetimi agi. Wako nanse wako.
Amanfi central.
Yeah.
Mi krom nu no.
Ukrom nu no.
Ah.
So won say.
Ona mete.
Ah, won say won say ne constituency.
Oh yeah. Honye. Mpuntuo bia ni ho. Yeah.
So there is a way I bet me either akono meba. Mame.
Because I don't think maybe say you have the opportunity to tour all the 17 regions you can say 17 constituencies all western region as and one more no di nkomo no one more challenges are what I say. So and you know as a strategist you know ya to abada wie obetena se no why assessment was okay fine these are the challenges what am I doing sani ebeya ye betimi e close say ye ntimi nyi seat ni mpa ye be close eye margin na gap no so hu aha ntino ukoye no ne uhu ye no ne ma odi tudwa no ana ne ma wasusu wa plan so obeye na mempe so de betudwa no ebe boa ama ya gi seat ni bi
Osha Memphis Central say 2016
that's right
na Memphis Central yakoto aban parliamentary ni yenya 17,526
okay
and this nya 17,861 vote difference in here almost I think we 350 votes.
That's right.
Just 350 votes. So about 2020 about one MPP nya 21,000 and this nya 26,000 omo de na jump here.
Yes.
Echo 26 that is CCNO's 21,000 and 26,000 na just say about 6,000 vote difference but in 6,000 you find 5,000 you nya 21,942
okay
and no more 26,100 it is out if you na just say just 5,000 something votes
right
so about 2024 you be 12,000 more de no e begina sa 26,000 hona eno no kira wo say omo vote na bia ma meka ho ne be ka ho na ye 245 votes pe na be ka ho
na ye de no so ti bebre
about 12,000 it is easy amenu
from 21,000 to 12,000 yeah
make nyabo transfer answer na obesi no nyabo transfer
ni tie obinia
eti we no there are so many fundamentals na ekotia
okay
one ebi if kasafia no mudibu ye president ho eno two free SHS nkwala na ye show mo so ama meto abana man three development na ye the enkoso wo ho no ma no mo susu se aban na ma development na ye the enkoso
okay
but then no wonim se sa time no na ho no na ye NDC ni na ye parliamentary candidate and as MP e wo ho no
yes
ono so okwa ni message odobekwa enye ma ban na ye den eteso na mu me yanom na ye den ewo so ntino mintimi enye sika enfan develop kuro no ntino mombo ame na ma ban ye den emra na ma ban ba ye be den ye be ye ni betimi aye bia sisi a lady owo sui e dey initiative na say dey bibi pa bi na watimi aye wo honom wa bro benya akwanya be ye parliamentary candidate empo obeye MP no edien na watimi aya eye extraordinary a ugidi se manfo no betimi agina so aden ato abama no si dia Memphis Central to nchen a yenkwa Memphis West anu echimete se na MP ka se ohini bi ni no ekọ ntawantawa bi ase ohini ni twa ne mpoa na se MP mua
hona Memphis West na Erica for one okay
yeah okay na se MP mua utimi begina bedwam kase ohene eno endi ni ya e chese wan kasa wo ye MP bia wo so mpa asomdwie o because na ohene de ye nim so mo nya amanyosem na se wo ye bibi na se
ohene ne ka
e wo se wotie no because ono na wo kru no iti ni ono ka no tie ono ne de no na one ne nya den ento ato adwen na mo hwe ne mo ya ebe de be boa manfo no
okay
because ohene no o ya de na se moa na manfo no be ka kire se sa de ya wo ye jai emboa nti jai na mom no se wo so hwe na se be boa ni yan se onana ade ne ye ni se ya eno ne nneoma yesusu se bia in the nearest future no ebe boa ye manfo no
okay
nti wo de ma me akonya na menye de na menye na se wa ka no ohene anti ase fe de wo de ba gina badwam se ohene no eden etieti awonanti na ohene no mpe wa asem se ni se na wo de kasafia ba gina krom na wo ye den ugu ohene no ye de ye nkasa bebre ni omo ye bia ye ni tu omo ye hwe na ye den a 2028 about where ye kwei amanfi miensa no de memi wo gide se pipi age awie memi wo gide se yage awie yage takwanso ayem so aka ho yage prisia hunivale so aka ho omo ye den ye beje
okay
ye beje wasani nyina ye beje ni nyina
okay
na azama no so omo ye den so ye beje mienu ba ko no de eno ni omo de be ye no omo fa anya be anya kura na he kura miensa no kura ye beje ni nyina
I see
senior 2028 abato na ye ko no enye fadi agro eye ni breso pa eye ni breso and then I think say baby a MPP ye what challenge kakra a me hu ni say ye challenge no eye Prisia Huni Valley because hono unu say region mu baby a ye to aba pa Prisia Huni Valley ho has the hono mukita the highest voting population.
Okay,
that is almost about 149,000 plus. Wahum na se me do ko 2020 we 2016 na Prisia Huni Valley na ye benya 36,000 man this for benya 32,000.
Okay,
eno ne ye di omo sunkunim 2020 ye kwa about no ye benya 39,000 mo benya 56,000. That is almost about 18,000 vote difference.
Yeah.
Say about 2024 you benya 30,000 mo benya 46,000 almost 56 no 10,000 atiagu ama ye de no so 9,000 so iden atiagu na che say ye de ne de ye mfa ne say ye manfo na nkwankoto aba no e na ma na ba ne sa nempo no 2024 ye kwa abato no na yo mo parliamentary omo nipa na net so as an MP and 56 na beti ba 46
hona Robert Wisdom Kujo.
Yes.
Okay.
And then CCA ya me no ka say minim say 2024 ko campaign o say o anya ma ban na wo power anya ma ban na wo power eno anu ni omo ka da bia o CCA wa ban na wo power from Bogosu to Prisia Road e dey na wo ya fa ho
ta kwan de enyu
what I say
atetia pansam
kra yenhwe from Bogosu Junction to Huni Valley yenhwe those places no efeso sumpo no wa ban ba ye ehihye pa ben na wa ban edigu akwanmu ade ama womo wo Prisia Huni Valley constituency nim e de ne ehihye pa wa ban edigu akwanmu ama omo sezi apono na sen mo beje gold mine de ma mo am nkrofo yi mo kwa kofa workers yi timamufo do sen na mo fa omo onse na say youth no so ye kire bia won ka say omo ba be fa nkofo no wan fa omo ko stop bus omo stop bus na omo free Bogo so anka sempo na omo wo bus ni mpo no omo nuru 10 bus e contain ni po almost about 50 plus na say yan ye wokrum ho no ye nuru 10 na ye adwuma ni bia and then what are you telling us it is about time youth na so e won person no so ahu say ye mpanifu omo nya de omo moa yen and then enu echi ya no omko commission minerals commission dan ya mame babra otigesi ba bi owo bia mechia no ode asobo forma ye sha sese yesi no nyame adom from time ode bo forma ene sisia no omo akwa kate so di so mo je ho glory ba fe so omo refi se eyobi na ye den e sha ase amana ba bedu ba bia ye den edu ye no
okay
ye nim se nyuma pa mame no so ba yo be ye no ene MPP nyuma pa mo ye wo sa constituency ni mu no ye betimi agina sa nyuma pa no so aiden abbo hu dawuro na manfo no so krampo hu ni se MPP ni the only party e ba omo peso aso e be bo omo enti no omo so mu nim ne ye omo enti omo gusu a omo aso ye no omo didi nkomo a ye nim se nyame ya adoma inshallah ye den a wasa ni nyina no ye beji ni nyina
okay
ye beji ni nyina be bia ye beji bi be bia ye beji be bia ye beji
I see through in your estimation no wa wo hwe eye challenges are war grounds or NFA voting dynamics no Western region yanyi seat crowd na seat do saying
oh yanyi
ne beji aka mienu ne ho
yeah almost about 13 to 14 seats at the account. Yeah, it is very achievable. Yeah,
13 to 14 seats.
Yes.
At the account in home.
Yes, Shama ya beji.
Near 16. Shama and 15.
Yeah, say 13 to 14 seats become 16 mebwa.
Yes.
Send omoji ya man beka na you bet me agin. You bet me supini nyina o.
Sir.
Yeah.
From grounds yama party no. Party no ho ya kono biem.
Senior. Party no ho ya kono eba. Party no ho ya kono ba.
Okay.
Isi ahwa ho keka ekomu ya. Ho ya kono ba pa. And then sesi ameno wo kasai. Minim ne senior ya bia minim se bia mo nkofo mo ya research kakra dia. Be mom no men komo me dididi ne ba bia me de maso kokokoko no. Kire se ya no mo emwaye jomoro ye eje jomoro ye eji seat no elembele se nyame adum na se yenya obi an modu sisi aye papa bozo ke afri won ma ba region mu ina eno no emma me mum me shada me hunu se ebia we are ba 50-50 no elembele so yebetimi akopa
amakofo bi abakobim
no so ne the next thing I share because yet it nkomo bi say bia ha
o ma biem
tin so wan ba biem dia then likely say be ntia na me ka say ye on sa say me ka say be gi mienu but so wan ba biem dia na me nsan ni na ye be sweep ni na then yenya bonzuke ya wa ba regional secretary ono so free Elembele there, and then I think say he will do all that he can to deliver his constituencies to the region.
Okay.
It's very achievable. It's very achievable.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Me need vim no ho. Na vim ni nyina echi no as I say adwumaden ekom. Because adwumaden ankomu a ebe ye den.
Yeah.
Adwumaden pa ene constituency bi wo ho a say nipa kwadamu 1 month kura na ye twere ho.
Yeah.
Yes, ye twere ho den dia ye emu adwuma yi pa ye ne sa ba se eniema enso ebetimi aboa. Yeah. Na ye kan say constituency be mu na wo to aba.
Okay, me mum no me to aba wo Efia constituency.
Efia constituency.
How there no go area man this for cry. No go area.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, constituency there. Yeah, police station no confusion it pa and then yeah police station na ntokwa no bibia there koso. Ba yeah fan to kwanhio. Mo na yo mo de ba.
Mo
de ba no mo kro na sign de ko. Yeah. Efia me to about California.
Oh, okay.
Biso bia say efiano California net say.
Okay.
Ombeka ho no masama akire.
Ho flashpoint oh.
Oh, ho no de ho ye zongu wo hu. Ho ye zongu kakra. Ye fa ne say ye zongu po ana. Zongu. Na ho so na ye yemfa say ya no mo stronghold iti ya hono ya no mo tigina pa wa mo wani anya din wo hono ma o metu afa so iti hono yeso ye make sure say ya no mo begina pa na the other places na aka no o mo aye adwuma and then ma me fa akonya we so mo ye member of parliament about so ye papa honorable lawyer Bo Amanya ko na adwuma din a de obo constituency ni mu nya me nhira no na ototo ne nsem so ma no se ne be ya ne ode ne sa be kan bia constituency ni mu bia no obetimi aye na ba be ye kra be hwe yenim se obo no homodin mom de na ye so ne yeso obetimi aye bia ye de be boa no constituency ni mu bia so yeso ye be koso ya den aye e de aboa no na constituency na fa no ntuma pa aye den afra.
All right. Baby edu no yemi ahomantum kakra na yemfa eye afrefo nso adwenkyere na yenkue ni mu 0248071174 Bwedi Augustine Menla oruna yeneno edi eye enkomo no elections ayekoye origin mu no okobi ogina ase yento no so aba na omeye Western Regional Youth Organizer for the party and so no delegate say onyabotre kakra na onko no sanso emra biem entino onya no honte ase oso obesan ko biem ba de nika ne se obi a wakwa aba wanye successful a wasanso aba ebeda amanfo na se delegate nyina we so na the next one omonkayo ade. All right. 0248071174. Yemfa yen first call ewa homa iso. Hello, good evening.
Hello, it's good evening.
Me ba jo wudi baby afre fie nwure.
Oh, I'm the mentor bo me no say me show the we juma waya.
Amen.
You sent to yam hospital or a bukono. One para what you sabakana. Another hospital or na no akupa de one para what one sabakana. At this time I did a one phone call for. In this way the hospital notice work out waka with the one phone call from is more. Strategy.
Okay.
Strategy.
Okay.
No way them.
Okay.
No e kwa kuna pere bi se wode ona wo bi okuku no. Wono kwa wono nsuna what wo bodu tamo ana what you do now? What you go to?
Okay, ma yana sepa. Hello, good evening.
Good evening, Osi.
Sub-Zero near.
Oh yes, boss.
My entio munia.
Yo, in Budimano was papa. Now, my for make sure the street commander in Buwabu Juma. Now, for make sure the next president of Ghana, Dr. Mahound Baumia. Now, Hunter was this one. Osi, the city to this year. The hunter was glad to see no why that me there. Yeah, the hunter started to believe. Jawu. I'm here about the juice for to use to know. Yeah, card papa. The man best said what's the fund of the video. Who mean a combo? I say my Superman of Guru Kana. I'm a correspondent expert to hunter was there. How hunter was supposed to get why United. You won't part of the big content because you're what at the tail end you need for this minute. You're man Ghana useful. And you promise to Roba. What 24 hours to come over the Nia and it's no answer. What consume? What sound of whom by the Roba, the people from man. In there could be no final in there Sutra. You put the Soba Quanta.
Okay.
Almighty, I can one. What's going to be untouched for now? So you may acquisition will do Olivia. If you let them to the way I say that, they can boom. They get to your country to Madina. Because now, all the Boba are corner, and the other are for me a Casapa. Go to the Dia and ask them.
Okay, thank you, my brother. Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
Of our team, baby, after a few number.
By a promise of Wusu, because I'm free. What's in your
my NTO?
Oh, you're not I can't you for Papa.
Good.
What did I say? Because anything I know, I can see. What I said, Papa, that I'm not. They will say, I thought in the heart about why you don't know Vinny.
What I tell you?
If you understand, I want about if you know Vinny and I have them.
Okay.
On partner support and you should have been or busy pop.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fair to say. On Pana, what they mean, get to the organic, we are from where you are now. You didn't teach to live a MPPD.
Okay. Yeah, that's it. Here, our phone, mommy. Why? Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening.
About your dear baby, after a few number.
To me,
Chame, my NTO.
You,
okay.
Now, my brother, the chamber papa yamen and I papa will invisible Ghana ya you see you time you look at it the select with that women you see MPP say a Pukusua practicing you a Pukusu or Pono to say, I don't say you are a play. MPP are bound when people didn't say Krana. And it's a NDC or my yard, you will say my own. NDC, MPP and your crime, or my yard. Yesterday, Ghana, the Jungle Musabi the Mudo Musabi Ghana, and yet, it's a good board about that. Soon, if you are soon, it's a woman. The Mountain in Yamaka.
Okay. All right. Bye-bye. Yeah, that's a pass of friend. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening.
About your team, maybe a free.
Me didn't the food you pass and Shamika.
My okay, ain't you where?
My man at 1 moment this afternoon, and we were sure maybe not do Plano, after Tampa, open Kumasi.
Okay.
It is that, but I found Okuma. This is a day you hear the bois man, the balance of the Boagana. It's all about saying in the Owen Muadaki, or the Lama in the Jamaican say, Onya Papu to the now when you're and Yameda.
All right. And I say, and Crawford for Mohin and my Enchiamo. Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
Of our team, baby,
for your meeting. But what you're now,
what Fred Dada? Why? Hello, good evening. Hello, good evening. Okay, in fact, next one. 0248071174. Hello, good evening.
Hello.
About your team, baby, free.
Kasefi Kumasi, friend, Mr. Entry.
Yo, Entry NTO.
Oscar. And me dawasipa.
Okay.
Na man no beka size is here. Wakasa kama pa.
Okay.
So na adia odi twa to a mani anye ho se ye beji ha no. Me Kasefi Kumasi.
Okay.
Ebeka untumi TV Kumasi. Ebeka 2 weeks ami ato aba 2024 no. Ena MPP ni ba ko me mboni din. Oheneba.
Okay.
Sa de mai kan ye beji constituency way, ye beji constituency way. Afeye koto abewie ya nani nyina nti mesre osika. Kotojogu form. Be panimu pa na me kasa no. Obi ba no se ye beji hanu hwano so.
Okay.
Kate mane enye wo ka pele ni wo so aye adaye de. Oma dom ho so.
Okay.
So at the American.
Right.
Wakasa kama na bed we ko twa to no. Hono mani anyo se beji ko so beji sit no. And the mo bia me kasa bi ho.
Okay.
And one for nationals NCA.
Okay. All right.
Me das nyame nshira.
Openi anju ni nyame ntina. Ya da se pa se otimi frɛ. Hello, good evening.
Good evening. Osika.
Odikro.
E kam chere wo.
Ya nantie.
Idasi. Osika.
Yes, sir.
Busa. Ghana for. Ma uma yentie program ya ye of Jesus. Uma yentie kwa wo. Say in passing. Twem keke na se bibisa. Na mum hu se ye wo kwa no. Ghana for ye wo kwa no.
Yeah.
She be bia ye kudu ye pa. E ko tu ababoni e ma nkofo ba ya. E nkofo titi omen. Udi sika ka kire se mayenka ya nuntum ensanka ho na we e be yi sa na Ghana sika ewura sika no ni wura ene yen Ghana fo no enti ye ka mu yenka e ba e ga yesu de na ye bebre 1.7 billion dollars enye cedi so ba ko bi so eno so na kwaso ba 1.2 billion eno so dollars ninga IMF any World Bank na decide we nya be go no amaye ai kana fa say ada ana ye nan ko bonti de be na say ada ana ye nan ko bonti ye sika asika ye be tetua omo sa ko no omo de bi no free o na Ghana ebe de say na onipa nyame yi na maye pa oba first one odi free SHS odi capitation the same ejuma foi nation builders co
napco
ye mebu na omo ti unemployed gardeners association obi go bi enuma ba ye ma ye mebu ni bi ye we di oba ye no obe pam ye mani na feduma mu we ni ye pedi mama ye nimre ma ye nti ye program ko ye fe na si from pa say 2028 ye ji ye mai
okay
akwame dasi
yeah that's it. Hello, good evening.
Hello
good evening.
Yeah. Udin baby afrefi anwumre.
Because we must come.
Okay.
That's a pa man also omunyamisano. Oyesa.
Okay.
Na mahama be so betutu. Tank wo koko fom ayesi. Koko kwafo no. Yan kahe na brinzua. Emu bogu afela mentu sanja. To benyan biwa. Mo fan saba ho.
Okay.
Ombogu ye koko kwafo. Ebi on koko kwani bia. No, you know agboa. Na Obama NDC. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, so yeah, that's a fine. Hello, good evening.
Hello, evening.
Pacho, di baby afraid if you bring. Yo, I'm going to see you.
Yeah, first of all, a cana, some agency work at Kasabane. The Ghana Fina will be able to 736
Ghana cities.
80 Ghana cities. It's already in your papa, your boa motor. Where boa the kingdom come. Na ya yegumazan. Na meba bam salt studio no. Mami ba make us watch my voice together. Mbo mawaka sama makuma to me emi dey in that so ho man dachi on koda mama papa on ni edwumazan ma party no
okay
also eternity
yo
no
yeah sepa nyame shao. Hello, good evening.
Hello.
Ofa yeah jo so pa number jo with you
your friend of being Emmanuel.
Okay.
Nyame kase. Something oya idodu.
Sami jefi. Wo free bunu.
On na se o stu ni kwa. On pe baako. Sami jefi. No de. Say o Boniface wo Nyankopon pa no pagana for penny fortune.
Yeah.
And yes, sir. Oh, you need to say yes. No, what I think so no there
abutre. Hey. Monya samje vu abutre mama wate. Esukoduma. Na no na akoyi ne ka no. Monya no abutre ba me. Hello, good evening.
Hello.
Ba cho di baby afrefi anwumre. Okay. Yo, my NTA where?
The organizer. Everyone was Kasapa. I had to pass one for the
okay.
I had to pay you. Next year, now they had the money.
Okay. Yeah, so yeah, that's it. I think sir young fa friend nsi man for gusu frɛ but aka simano enso na no nsia bo na ye de dwumadi nyina ba wie mo am frɛ nyina na ye da se ebi mo frɛ ya o mo raise concerns bi nim say opese wa address ya say o address nso ana ye nku anim opese wa address ya you have the floor.
I think say almost so Omaka say papa.
Right.
And then I joined the Anasanya said the Nibako for trim. The elected regional chairman, Honorable Ignatius Frifa, Yechiao, Papa Honorable George Mrekuduka, Yechiao, Yena senior, your former regional secretary, OKT, Yechiao, okay, your new elected regional secretary, Honorable Kwesi Bozo K, 34 Kiwa, baby Obia Yechiano, your papa Samesa Yechiano, and regional Mumpenufuna, Yechio Bibia, Chairman Basti, Yechiao, your papa Honorable Kobi Ochadaku Mesa, Yechio Bibia, FSO, Yaya Crado. Say yene regime mpenifo ebe ye adwuma na nyame adoma 2028 ye de party na iden aba power ye den a ye say ye den a ye ba be adwumaden de Dr. Mahmoud Baumia e de aba power asanso claim seat ni bebre so aka ho
okay
no de ye beje you know ye do bibiase abusia
ye de eye enkomo no esi na Bwedi Augustine Menla ena yenena edi nkomo enne anwumre or call for Western Regional Youth Organizer delegate say nyabotre ati nyabotre na kobra biemu na koye adwumaden na san bra manage tu munti no ene waba obehye adwumaden na se na watimi ayese na ebeya 4 years time no bedru ho na nemfi anyi nemfi ayeden na utia fomo atimi say yes osono ba na etia fomo no na yatimi apega eye party no agina empempenso papa na anwumrei de ye kan de atwa to nyina na eniem woye MPP ni a emoaba mu woye MPP ni a me say emoaba mu me mafa to me ho so say metenase bia no a 1 hour former president Adam Kwakufuado and Dr. Mahmoud Baumia Mpuntuo juma wo mo de breye no mebo hu dawru enti no ye party communicator na bia uni info uni data no a no me ensambo bia no a wo de fatoa na fa pen no paper ye kan no achro wo ye ne saa da bia wo te no amanfo to aba wo ho woni saa fo no enhya se enni nkomo utie oya ne saa ebedu se Dr. Mahmoud Baumia be si form so oba be ye campaign no na watimi ama form ho aye mere kakra e de ama no yesremo ye de ebetimi aye ne ye no enti da bia da no we've taken the burden upon ourselves to say ye be ye research a emu odin de ani da ho se na be ye benya information ye de aba feed you na wonso afa na odi akofom wo mane nkofom wo efom adwuma na hu hia efom adwuma na nkoso a esoro wofo no masa wo medo omeye bia enkosi aga police station o wuti obi woni mo mo to aba shaase oni omuni nkomo defend the flag bearer of the party, promote the flag bearer of the party, promote the activity of the party. Free ne kosi 2028 na be toaba no na de me kan fa sign baby ansuo nkan hwese utu sa na mo no a party no entimi emma ban mu ana yentu sa na mo no ate na niema nyina no ebeye kama yena Michael Yaro ase Samuel Dingo DJ Black Foreigner thank you medindi Osikani Frimpong Manso adom bedum ye ne a adwoada yebeba na yaba betoa eye dwumadie ne so na ya ye dwumadie ma party ne so afantoma papa ede efrade ye kan kire nyina ne se na watwim hwe ho so yie uduru baabi na hwe na ade ende ekọ no enye conducive ma wa mpacho ya nchechere wo mbo hoye so do firi ho gwa na kofie eno ano no na enkwan ede enkwan mezi de enkwan ede uduru baabi na hu se atmosphere no aye saturated na emboawa pacho boko hwo na omonye de omoye no na kopo baabi tena ye hiawo alive ye da se adwoada ebehia good evening.